Oh, damn it.
Yo!
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to episode 364 D&E Takeover.
Woo.
We are back better than ever. Sorry for the lateness. I had to deal with some stuff. Here we are. Yeah,
Well,
I had to deal with some stuff, so I apologize. But,
You were like that.
yeah, we were.
He said, hey, in the podcast.
Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Right now, we are currently watching the NBA draft, and right now, we've seen Ace Bailey go number 5 to the Utah Jazz, and we're thinking, wow. Remember we were talking about the other day, we were saying that the Suns don't know how to draft? Talk about the Utah Jazz. They're one of those teams that are up there now because they just drafted a guy that stated that he doesn't want to go to that team specifically. And not only that, they drafted that guy, but they also picked up John Collins's player option literally earlier on today. So they got a guy, John Collins, who plays a similar position as Ace Bailey. And they all have all youngsters on that team.
Listen, I don't know what's going on in this draft right now. The Nets have the next pick. I'm stressed about it because I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know if they're going to
trade for Luka Doncic.
Honestly, no.
Hey,
Listen,
I would get season tickets.
as far as Ace Bailey goes, I don't want to say it's like stupid just yet because of the fact that like Utah Jazz are one of those teams where, in my opinion, I don't think there's anyone else. I don't think there's anyone on that team that you can rely on. No disrespect to Laurie Marketing, no disrespect to anyone on that team, but like, let's be so real. Yes, you have a bunch of forwards on the team.
Yeah.
In reality, it's like if Ace is as good as he's supposed to be, or if he develops into what he's supposed to be, he'll take that spot in within his rookie year.
Yeah, for sure. But also, you got to look into consideration. You got to look at the fact that you got to look at egos, because now you're looking at a situation that Laurie Marketing was considered the best player on that team. It's like he's gonna have the rock, right? And now if Ace Bailey wants to rock, now you have some arguments into the freaking locker room. But listen, it's all distribution of power. But when you have a team that young, that's what scares me the most. Is when you bring in another young kid. The kid is a freaking freshman, got drafted. So like when you bring in a kid that young, when you bring in people that young, it gets scary because if you don't have someone veteran presence in that locker room,
the pick is in or
playing, then it turns out to be like, oh no, like ego can be passed around very quickly.
David, I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
Bro, if we pick a forward, I'm gonna be pissed. If we pick a center, honestly, I'd rather get a guard. And I'm saying that as a D-Lo fan. Like, I'd rather get a guard.
Shout out to Knives in the Billy. So Nets got 5 first. You literally cannot mess this up. Yes. I mean, honestly, like you have retry after retry after retry after retry. I think the Nets should pick a center or a forward.
No, we have Nick Claxton. How would you pick a center? Unless this brother is the next coming of freaking Shaq. I don't want.
What are you gonna pick next? Ready? You're gonna pick.
He already got picked though.
Yeah, the Nets are gonna pick this Arizona Carter Bryant, and then the next pick they're gonna pick Liam McNeely as a guard.
Wait, why wouldn't you just? Oh yeah.
No,
I don't want a forward. I'd rather get the center at that point. I'd rather I go guard, but center and forward.
Here's the thing, like. Let's be real. We are really acting like this is really going to change our team.
It might. Like, I don't know. Like,
that's the thing. We can see Cooper
oh my God.
Flag.
Wait, we're behind. I don't even want to look.
Don't look. Cooper Flag. Who? Who?
Oh my God!
Where was this guy even on the list?
Oh.
Yo, where was this guy even on the freaking list? Eric, did you see him on the list? Why? I mean, listen. Granted. We can't be making assumptions all of a sudden.
Yo, he better be nice, bro. Who is?
Oh, he played for Real Madrid at 15 years old.
Oh my God!
Dude, it's Luka Doncic in the making. It's Luka Doncic.
He played for Madrid too.
Yeah, at 15. The thing is, yo, that's the craziest.
He's probably one of the most guard-ready players in the league. Then, if he played that young,
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is why we got to be taking this consideration.
He do? What position does he
Guard.
play?
He's a guard.
6'5". Well, how tall is he? 6'5".
I think so. Listen, the thing is, like, here's the thing: we're reacting like that, but we don't know how this kid can actually be. Just like how we assume Cooper Flagg's gonna be fantastic because he looked that great in college. Well, anything's possible. We've seen a lot of first overall pick busts. Like, the draft is just an opportunity for these players to be playing on this team. After that, it's all up to them whether they want to develop or not.
F it. Igor Demon highlights. Well, I'm watching. I'm literally watching these right now. Chat.
I mean, you gotta understand, highlights are just, he's a playmaker.
Yeah, so let me see the best of the best.
Pick and roll.
Let me see what's going on in college. Usually, okay, so he can make a pass. Okay, let's see what's going on. Chat.
Fundamentals. All right, contested layup, nice.
He could be nice, but is he BYU Demon?
Listen, you don't know what this kid can be. We don't know what this kid can
be. Like a shooting guard, or you not the point though.
Like I said, remember we thought Ben Simmons first overall pick.
Evans just sent me an audio message that he's in the chat right now. Evans, hold on, bro. Almost. He might be nice. No,
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's way too early to be judging these guys. Way too early. But let me get into these comments while we're going. Go ahead. Chris in the building. What's going on, Chris? Chris. I said more hype than Endgame. You already know what's up. D&E Takeover is more hype than Endgame. I didn't even watch it.
But you really can't tell anything from these highlights.
Of course you can't, because they're highlights. They're gonna show. They're just showing fundamental gameplay.
If you watch Cooper Flag highlights, you could tell he's a baller. Like, you could tell he's a hooper. Also, you were saying Cooper Flag. We don't necessarily know. Yeah, we don't know. But also, he did train with the U.S. men's national team.
It's true.
Like, he is probably.
It's true. It but then again, will it work out with the team that he's with?
I mean, he trained with Anthony Davis, and Anthony Davis is on his team.
Yeah, but you also have Nico Harrison as your freaking GM, so
he's not gonna train. He's not gonna train Cooper Flag.
I don't know. After seeing these things, anything's possible. The thing is, here, shout out to Nico. Nico's in the building. I want to address this real quick. Said number one hater, number one David hater here.
David jumped into that one so fast.
I thought it meant another thing. I thought he meant David's a hater. That's what I thought he was saying.
Oh, yeah.
But shout out to Nico, bro. Thank you for popping out, my guy. That's so crazy. Imagine hating someone for nationality. Oh wait, that's racism.
No, it's not. That's xenophobic. Oh, we're cooked. Wait.
We're cooked, bro.
Wait.
We're freaking cooked.
Wait, let me check.
Bro, we're cooked.
Let me check.
The chat can still hear us right now, but not really good.
Let's see.
All right, we're back. Oh,
we back?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
Yeah, we're good. Okay. All right, guys. Chat, this might be happening again. I hate it, but listen, what was that? The xenophobia,
right? Isn't it? That's what Legend of Winnie be calling the people on ESPN xenophobic.
That's true.
It's something about them not liking the fact that the best players in the league are like not from America. But I think that's what you would say.
Listen, not the best player from the league from America. Venom.
You can't. Yo.
That's right. We can't judge this. You can't judge it because he can potentially be a great player. We have no idea. And all it gives you is an opportunity to play.
Listen. That's it. You thinking like you look at him right now, right?
Yeah.
You look at him. You see Igor Demon. You think he's gonna be a top 20 player in the league in 5 years?
I also didn't think Tingus Pingus was gonna be friggin' in the NBA for this long. So
Tingus Pingus.
I didn't think Tingus Pingus was gonna win
the NBA
championship.
Well, I mean, he did, but he just didn't do it with y'all.
Yeah.
He definitely wasn't gonna do it with y'all.
Exactly. That's why
he wasn't doing it.
Good example. Your fourth overall pick, I believe he was the fourth for a New York team. Your team sucks. How are you going to develop? You go to another team, you develop into what your caliber potential is. So it doesn't matter where you're picked. It matters how you develop.
Yo, we need a trade. No. I don't want to draft no one else. I don't know these people, bro.
I mean, listen, here's the thing. I hate when people say, oh, this guy's good or this guy's bad. Like, based off of how he's playing in college. College competition and NBA competition, they're not the same. All you can really judge is based off of how they play and how their potential is.
My brother right there. Yo, he was getting talked about though. I know about him a little bit.
I don't know. I didn't even know he was on Duke. I'm gonna be honest with you.
There's a bunch of players on Duke that are good that we don't know about, to be honest with you.
There's like the freaking British, the Australian Proctor. He's in the second round. But let me get into these comments. Knives in the bill. What's going on, Knives? Appreciate popping out, my guy.
Nope.
Not saying that comment.
Nope.
Said Ace Bailey is trade
fodder.
That was a no. Said Utah will trade him and Kessler for like Bam or something.
Then I don't know. For all that, you should have traded the pick then.
At that point, right?
That would have been more valuable.
You would trade it to the team that
you should have traded the pick.
I don't know.
I don't understand what the point of drafting him is then if you didn't want him in the first place.
I think you drafted him to the fact that you want him to play for your team.
But I think if Utah does that, there's a possibility. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but there's a possibility that they move someone else.
Well,
and they go get like a center.
You were mentioning John Collins. You said they just picked up his contract just for the fact that they can trade him back.
Let me look at it.
Trade him away.
Can you actually pull up the roster
for
Utah?
Utah. I can list off of Utah's roster. You want to hear it?
You gotta name like 2-3 people. That's
Isaiah Collier, Keontae George, Colin Sexton, Walker Kessler, John Collins, Larry Marketing. Dude, that's like a freaking solid 6 right there. I got a starting 5 and a 6-man. Walker Kessler. Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear you say Walker.
I'm sorry. I'll pull up the full roster though.
It's just you're right though. You're not really gonna get much in return.
No.
But honestly, no matter what Utah does, they're not gonna be good this year, anyways.
They're the worst. One of the worst teams in the NBA.
Yeah. Go. Click depth chart just to see.
Kyle Filipowski.
Yeah, Filipowski. Wait, let me see depth chart.
Ace Bailey now.
Jordan
Clarkson. Damn.
No, Jordan Clarkson is not that nice.
I know, but they still got depth.
It's a good team for him to be on, I think. I don't think it's a bad team for him to be on. Realistically, I think they could.
Oh. I don't know.
They literally. All right, so Scotty Barnes just doesn't exist then. Okay, bro. All right, bro. Some of these teams.
Unless they play Scotty Barnes at the 3.
So what does
RJ
it end up
the
being?
2. Emmanuel quickly 1.
Emmanuel, RJ,
Scotty.
How tall is the guy?
Let's find out.
Colin Murray Boyles.
6'7".
6'7". And how tall is Scotty? Scotty can play the 4.
Here's the thing: we're already saying that like these players are gonna start.
Well,
they're not gonna start.
We're talking about it because that's their expectation. The expectation is for them to come off the bench for like the first half of the season and break through maybe like a third way through the season and be able to actually play. That's the expectation of them though, because you're a lottery pick. Lottery picks are expected to be that way. What happened? What's going on? Can't sponsor them no more.
I don't like that one.
But that's the whole point.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's
and the reason we do this is because we're trying to see what they're trying to do for their future. Because nothing is going to happen right now.
I realize this only happens when I keep this plugged in. Like when I keep this plugged in for the next episode, I don't take this apart.
Oh,
like it only happens like that.
Probably like an overheatage, something like that.
But it's not on. It's only on when freaking put it on.
Is it plugged in right now?
Yeah, it's plugged in.
Yeah, but if you keep this, I mean,
yeah, but I plugged this out. The
I don't know.
Yeah, but let's get into these comments. What are we up to? Evans and Bill said, "Come on, Nets." Yeah, this is delayed. Yeah, it's all right. Let's see what happens. He's still young. We can see. He said Nets got 5. He can't mess it up. Said who? Now he says the Nets should trade as many of these picks as they can to get like Colin Sexton.
What? No.
Now he's just trying to blow everything up.
I don't want no Colin Sexton, bro.
You trade all these picks away so you can potentially get. I don't even know who's out there.
No,
right now,
no. That's why I said we don't trade the picks. No. We pull OKC. That's what we do.
Dude, imagine that 5 first-round picks for Giannis.
No,
the Bucks can trade. They can build up their whole draft with these young guys.
So our starting lineup consists of D'Angelo Russell, whoever
Cam
you want,
Thomas.
I don't think Cam Thomas starts with D'Angelo Russell at the same time, but maybe.
Okay.
But whoever, or maybe they start. I guess you could say Cam, but then you go Cam Johnson, Giannis, and Nick Claxton. No disrespect, that team's not winning nothing.
No disrespect, I think you're wrong.
And we have no bench.
The team with Giannis right now with the Bucks, they can still make a playoffs.
I'm not interested in just making the playoffs.
Well, it's better than what we've been.
Not if we can take our 5 picks and turn them into something.
All right, Phoenix Suns.
No. Hold on. We're not no Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns are different. Look at what OKC did though.
Is it different? Because we also traded for James Harden. That was a bust. We gave him so many picks for that.
And we actually had a chance to do something, but injuries played a factor.
Which makes it not a great trade.
But then we're doing the same thing essentially for Giannis.
Why? No, he's not getting injured.
But we trade five picks, and there's no guarantee that we're gonna win a championship.
Yeah, but they're 5 picks in 1 year. That's the difference. They're not 5 picks year after year after year. You can still have next year's pick.
But if we trade for Giannis, you understand that automatically puts us in the same position that we was with KD, Harden, and Kyrie.
Depends what we do in free agency.
Who are we signing?
Because I don't know.
Who free agency is going to turn us
I don't know who's in free agency.
Bro.
I didn't really look at the depth chart.
I personally don't think I'd have been excited to be if Giannis was at Brooklyn Net. Don't get me wrong, I'd have been the biggest Giannis supporter there is. But because I gotta back my team regardless. But I'm more interested in the fact of trying to develop these players and turn them into something. You have 5 first-round picks, 5 of them. At least, you know what? Let's see what these guys can do. Let's see if they could come in and at least show us something. If not, then we start moving around a little bit more. Maybe we bring someone in the offseason as well. Bring another player in that could possibly add more to us and make us at least a playing team guaranteed. I would rather go that route and try to develop.
It's coming back to the thing. It's like trading for superstars, or you develop your young roster.
Listen, the best example that we have in the league right now is the Oklahoma City Thunder, and they clearly got it right.
They traded for Shea, but he was way younger and nowhere near where he was.
They traded for Shea and got picks as well when they did it, and they took a risk and it paid off.
Yeah.
And the thing is, and they still have future to come. So it's like I'd rather just see what we could do with this.
I would say Brooklyn is a good spot for a young player that wants to prove himself.
And on top of we play team basketball. It's not like we play some like iso ball or something like that. You can learn a lot.
The only thing with that team is I'm scared is because you don't have a veteran coach.
We're gonna be bad regardless. Yeah.
I know, but that's the thing. It's like in terms of development,
Mike Malone, please.
How the hell? Like in terms of development, I don't see. I could be wrong, but I don't see a team developing a young player, when the team is young. If that makes sense. You know what I'm trying to say? When the team is young, I don't see a player being developed like that.
I understand what you're getting at. It's more like, and I think there's definitely truth in that statement, obviously. But what I would go against is yes, it would be hard to develop a player that's within the team that's already young. But at the end of the day, what the player's going to do is they're going to go out there and they're going to learn. And if they are as good as what they're supposed to be, we're still going to compete. There's a cap, obviously. And then whatever that player becomes, you can then use that and trade it off and get something else in return. Because let's be so real. We're not going to be contending for years. If we're being in realistic terms. Now, in my own head, Brooklyn Nets are winning the championship next year. But that's neither here nor there.
Depends. Just see how that freaking kid is.
Exactly.
See?
That's my point.
He can come out. He can come out and drop 20 and 10. We don't know. We really don't know.
In reality, we're not going to be contending for years to come because people have to develop. And even if they develop into something, the whole point is the way it should be for us, I believe, is you develop, you see how far it goes. And then if you can clearly see that they're not going to be the ones, trade them away, move on to the next. And you keep trying to do it that way. And you make sure your coaching staff, listen, like you said, we have a young coach, or we have basically a brand new freaking coach. You have to give him time to actually develop some type of philosophy.
But I think if you go down the route of just developing young players, and if they don't fit, you trade them away, I feel like that becomes an alternate cycle. And then it comes out to a point where it's like, when does it stop? Because you're always going to have young players that if they have this piece or they have this or that, they can be something else. Like Cam Thomas. If Cam Thomas had a certain situation, the dude can drop 30 points in a game, 30 points on the season.
Let me see this. Rockets is a big pick. And let me explain to you why. he's literally going to be the backup to Albert Sengun.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's if they do it correctly, he could be such a humongous piece to them becoming a championship team. Because every championship team needs a young player.
I'll still put Steve Adams on that mix too.
I guarantee you take Steve Adams.
I think they play 2 big men, 2 centers in the rotation. Why not?
No.
Why not? You're out Dylan Brooks.
They have to be offensively gifted in some
Well,
type of
yeah,
way
you
in this NBA.
you have Easton, who plays power forward, but he can go right into the small forward position. I'm not saying he plays consistently in that rotation, but it brings more depth.
That team could low key trade for someone else if they really wanted to. They have so much depth in that area. You trade away, you go get another guard. But listen, let me
look up their roster.
While you're doing that, let me finish my statement. Right, you're completely right in they fall into the trap of
not good enough. Trade him.
Not good enough. Trade him. Right, and the way you stop that trap is at some point. That's what that shows me is that our coach isn't doing enough, and our GM or whoever's drafted him is not doing enough, right? Because what either is going to happen, 2 things are going to happen. Either 1, we're not drafting correctly, or 2, our coach isn't good enough. Because what will happen is you'll trade the player, and you will be able to find out whether they are good or bad, or if another coach takes that player and puts them in the system, and they work way better than they did when they was with us, that lets you know that the coach that you have is not the answer for the job, and you have to go get another one. And that's the process of getting better as a whole. Right now, us getting Giannis, I don't feel comfortable enough in defensively. We'd probably be really good, honestly, if we had Giannis on our team. D'Lo, Cam, defensively in the backcourt, we'd be terrible. But like in the front court, we'd be solid. Like Cam Johnson, Nick Claxton, Giannis.
Be terrible in the backcourt because Cam Thomas would take that next step because he would take all the pressure off of him and be focused on Giannis.
Defensively? No.
Not defensively, offensively.
Yeah, obviously offensively. But the thing is, you have to also understand, offensively, Cam Thomas's production is going to go down. And Cam Thomas does not, and I will be very adamant on this, and you know this as well. Cam Thomas doesn't, no disrespect, love you, Cam. If you ever see this, great player for Brooklyn, right? Put us and has kept us in many games. Cam Thomas right now, the next step to his game is being able to do something else other than just score. That's all he can do at a high level. He cannot make at a high level. He definitely can't rebound because of his size, right? At a high level. The only thing you can do is be a lethal scorer. And if that's the case, and you have a person like Giannis on your team, that takes efficiency out of Cam's hands. If Cam has an off day, because that's all he can do, he can't add anything else to the team. So that would be my one concern. And then on top of it, who's coming off our bench?
Keon Johnson.
Yo, bro. Like that, listen, that's my one thing. Listen, it's like I'd rather build because we don't have a bench.
100%. I'd rather build a great team. But the thing is, I get scared because when you don't have a good enough organization that can dictate and develop players,
I think
then it gets scary.
I think we do.
Then why is Cam Thomas not taking extra steps? Why is he sitting out? Why is he not getting minutes? And you can say it's because we didn't have a coach that can be like around him. But Jordi Fernandez, he was with him last year. Like I gotta see something different this year, or he might leave.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
I think this is Cam Thomas' ceiling. That's why.
No, I don't think so because we were looking at Kristaps Porzingis and freaking like I've seen too many people go through Brooklyn and New York that turn out to be better players when they leave us. It's just like I can't say that this is their potential when they turn out to be better in better organization.
But let's be so honest here.
Mm-hmm.
You think Cam Thomas, if he goes somewhere else, does he become better? Does his game evolve?
Depends on where the roster is.
If anything, I think if Cam Thomas goes to a worse team or the same amount of team, he does the same exact thing, which is score in bunches here and there. And then if he goes to a higher team, a better team, all he is a person that you could dish the ball to create a shot. And he's still a very effective piece on a championship team. But at the end of the day, I don't think he becomes better. I just think he becomes a role, like a system player. That's all I think I don't think there's anything else because he's not showing us that he can play great defense. He's showing us that he can be a playmaker. And that his game is tween hezzy, get to the Baja, or tween pull up. That's it. But that's realistic.
I don't know. I think at the end of the day, I think it's unfair for us to say that this is all that he has because I've seen too many people leave bad teams and turn out to be, damn, hold up. That's him? Oh wow, why didn't he do that for our team? Because your team wasn't good enough to develop your player, and the team didn't have enough good pieces around the player to make him thrive.
I would argue that the reason we highlight Kristaps Porzingis in this light is because he was on a better team. But I do believe,
that's what I'm saying.
I do believe without it, before Kristaps got injured, he was doing similar things for the Knicks
and for Dallas. He was doing a little bit better in Dallas.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to say Kristaps became better because the Knicks was bad. I would say in the fact of the matter is Kristaps became better because he got surrounded by better players, which elevated him. But the thing is, that's because Kristaps had several different things to his game. Kristaps was not a player that could carry an entire franchise, but Kristaps was he was just missing it to the point where he goes to the Celtics. He's one of the most important players on that team. Well, not anymore, obviously. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in the podcast, obviously, later. But Kristaps now on the Hawks. He's going to be one of the most important players on the team because he's one of the best big man shooters in the league. He's one of the best centers to play defense within the league. He does everything, but he's just not the best player to get it done.
100%.
So I don't necessarily would say that's the Knicks' fault for not developing him. I would say it's you folded in not surrounding him with the right players.
So it's the Knicks' fault.
But that has nothing to do with developing the player, though.
Well, it does because of the fact that he needs to take a next step. And if he's not feeling comfortable in a situation, you're not putting the right players around him. How the hell? It's like having confidence. If you're missing your shot and you have a bad team and you have no one else really carrying the load, pause. Like at the end of the day, people will be looking at you be like, oh, how am I going to get better? Like this team sucks. We're not getting any wins. You go to Boston, you're winning every.
Phoenix has got the guys who got picked. Wait. Who just picked him? The Rockets.
The Rockets just picked him
and just traded him straight.
Just traded him right to Phoenix. And
what did they get in return though?
I don't know. But real quick, I want to talk about the Rockets depth chart real quick because you're looking at Fred VanVleet, Amen Thompson. They have Tari Easton as a small forward and Kevin Durant as power forward and Alfred Sengun as center. Then off the bench, you got Reed Shepherd, who spent his whole year in the G League. Steven Adams, Jabari Smith Jr.
Who did that? Who the heck did that, bro? Whoever did that is such a great troll. Oh, we didn't put on the thing. Whoever did that is actually such a great troll. That I give you props for that.
And Cam Whitmore. They got a decent team. They got a really good team.
If Reed takes another step too, that team is really good.
If he actually starts game minutes.
If he actually plays well in the NBA.
Yeah. Oh, let's get into these comments.
I need to know that Phoenix trade.
I think Matt was saying in the chat. I think they got Mark Williams or something like that. All right.
Wait, bro, just this show you how bad Ace Bailey was.
Real quick, let's get into the next one.
Mark Williams to the Suns.
Nye says, "Watch out, Eric. This could be a Tingus Pingus moment. You like, who is this?" And he could be nice. Yeah, like, listen,
I hope so.
This is all about draft. Same thing with any type of draft. It's just a moneymaker for television and for people in the audience for the NBA to get money, so that all this stuff, so that they can get their ratings back up. But at the end of the day, the draft doesn't really mean anything. It matters on how bad the player wants to develop, as well as how well will the team develop the player. What did it say?
Number 29 pick and a 2029 first round pick for Mark Williams.
Yeah, but that's not the one that we're talking about.
They just told me that the Phoenix Suns picked him, but they said they're finalizing the trade details.
All right, so
how's the trade complete then? How does that make sense?
I'm not sure. Real quick. Okay. What's the Memphis Grizzlies?
What's going on?
Stupid.
Bro,
oh my god.
They're trading everything now.
Increase your scoring from 7 points to 15. Ugh. So Eric, call your boys the Nets war room. Tell them call Sacramento, give them a big in 2 of these picks. That's worth Sabonis.
I don't want Sabonis. What does that do for us?
It doesn't do anything.
I don't want any old player to some degree that's just gonna be there just to sell tickets. No, don't do that to me.
it's
Don't
funny.
sell me a pipe dream.
It was about RJ Barrett going to Brooklyn. I think you would like that because you were talking about how Zion went.
No,
no,
Zion.
I remember a while ago. You said, "Let's go get Zion back on our team."
I don't even know if I can say that now
nope,
anymore.
You can't. Without you probably get arrested.
Like I feel like at that point I would have to say I'm not a Brooklyn Nets fan if I wanted Zion on the team.
Listen, Zion.
I'd love to see him play live, but honestly, he probably wouldn't even play.
Here's the thing. Ready? I remember when you were saying who's better, Ja or Zion, and then I said Ja because availability is the best ability, and you said Zion's gonna come back, and Zion has slowly been on a downward slope. Doesn't mean he can come back.
Okay, Ja's better than Zion right now.
Yeah, but Ja is also on a freaking.
I will comfortably say, when Zion plays, Zion is better than Ja. I don't care. I don't care what anyone tells me.
No,
I don't care. Zion has almost the same efficiency as Jokic when he plays. I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Eric,
I don't care.
What's your big keyword?
When he plays.
Yeah, what is the keyword?
That's why I literally said. I said when they both play at their highest, I think Zion's better.
Ready? When Ronaldo was this age, he was the greatest player of all time. But that's when the past.
But I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. What I'm telling you in this hypothetical situation, right? If they're both playing at their highest, Zion's the better player. I'm gonna stand on that.
Whatever makes you happy.
Is that not true?
I think it's close. I'm
not saying it's not close.
I think
who's better?
I think slightly Ja. Because Ja can do a
Man,
little
he should have
bit.
gone anyways. I'm not here to.
You got one guy, the second overall pick is shooting guns. The first overall pick is eating too much and doing other stuff that we can't really talk about. What do you say? It's a D&E Takeover technical difficulties. Shout out to Jay. Jay's in the building. Said Jay. Was it Derek Queen? That's one of the players that's going to get drafted soon. I think he's a center. So what's going on, Jay? Appreciate you popping out, my guy.
It's good.
Thank you. Now says Kevin Durant is not a Detroit Piston, and I'm still not okay with it. Listen, I know you had a lot of hopes for them, but KD unfortunately didn't want to go into the cold.
Go get Giannis. No, I'm kidding. They can't get Giannis.
Damn it.
How are we still on though?
How's it?
Oh, there it goes.
Damn it. Give me a second.
What? Oh, yeah, bro. You got hit him with that. Oh, we're back. We should be back in like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No? Yes? There it is. Woo! All right, let me go through these comments. Jay said, missed y'all Monday. Just found out I am now 4 out of 5 from a starting 5. Feel like I might pull Nick Cannon numbers. What?
4 out of 5.
I am now 4 out of 5 from a starting 5 field.
Oh, you got a kid. Jay, does that mean you got a kid? You got another kid?
You have 4 children? Or you're having it? You just have 4 kids?
No, I just found out I am 4 out of 5. So he needs 4 more kids to have a starting 5.
So you had your first shot.
Wait, is that what it is? I don't know. No, he has kids.
But did he have another one?
Congratulations. If that's what the case is. If that's the case. Next one, Jay, you got to clarify that because we're kind of confused.
Whoever commented with Cam Johnson, please come back. Cam Thomas, because that was hilarious.
Jay said Suns pick here, not Houston. The graphics guy hasn't updated this. He said, okay. He said, I was wrong, but the Suns got the big they needed. Knife says
they're gonna be so buns next year.
Quite as it's kept with this pick, Jabari Smith, Amen Thompson, and a few picks could get Houston Giannis. That's if they had the pick, but now they don't have the pick no more.
That becomes disgusting. Like, imagine wait. Why would you trade Amen Thompson though? What are we talking about? No. Let's not do that.
Said Van Fleet, Kevin Durant, Giannis, Adams, Sengun.
No.
I mean that's a nasty starting lineup.
Kevin Durant at the 2? Well, stop it.
Just
stop it, guys. That's ridiculous.
It's a Cam Thomas. Shout out to Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas in the building. Who's talking about me?
That's Cam, I love you, man.
Yeah.
I do. I'll be honest though. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
I said, imagine Kevin Durant on a team where he's the 4th best defender and the 2nd scoring option. 2nd.
Imagine it. Kevin Durant on a team where he's the 4th Yeah, no, Giannis. They put you. No.
Scoring option.
KD would be the first scoring option because he could create his own shot better.
Yeah, and he can shoot from the
And
mid
then-
range
and then-
and 3-point.
And then Giannis would essentially just give the ball to Giannis and let him bulldoze.
Yeah, he just get fouled because no one can stop
But
him.
technically, Giannis is a better scorer than KD right now.
Well, if you define scorer as the most points you score, then yes.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I define scorer as someone who can create your own shot and go all aspects.
Then that point, you would say that Cam Thomas is a better scorer than Giannis. That wouldn't work.
No, I mean you still got to have a level of points have to be up there too. Cam Thomas is averaging 20. It's just
Watch this. I'm about to watch this.
what?
Hold
Cam
on.
Thomas averaged 19.
No. I'm gonna do. Where's stats?
You got to be reasonable.
Not postseason, regular season. You think who you think is a better offensive player, Ant or Giannis?
Ant or Giannis?
Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause Giannis
offensive player is different. Offensive player, it's Giannis.
Oh,
I'm saying
score.
Yeah, offensive player, it's Giannis.
Who's a better scorer? Ant
Better
or Giannis?
score, Ant.
But Giannis.
Because when I think of score, I think of a guy that can pull up from three, get his own shot. Giannis, he listen, he's getting better as his perimeter, but I don't know. I think that's how I just define.
I don't disagree with you. I just think I would describe that more as someone that just does it in a more difficult, or like does it not in a fancier way, but like what they do is they're more skilled. They're more in scoring. But to me, like scoring is putting the ball in the net. And Giannis does that better than both of them technically.
Yeah,
all time, KD better score than Giannis.
I don't know. I think free throws factor too, the big one.
But that's scoring though. Oh, they picked the first
It's
dude.
free. It's free.
Noah.
Free. Noah. What are we up to? Said, but it'll never happen. So that was just a waste of my time and brain power. Dave Kent said NBA coaches telling me to smell
like a good Wendy's bacon the guards. Yo, who is this right now? If I know you, bro, text me right now. Who is this, bro? Who's trolling right
It's
now?
actually Cam Thomas. Imagine.
No, it's not.
Imagine Cam Thomas. Just
Someone
trolling.
really created Cam Thomas in the building, bro.
Shout out to Cam Thomas. Thank you for popping out, Cam.
Yeah, man. Imagine we like post like a clip from it, and then he's like, "I'm copywriting you guys."
Yeah, that's not
He's like, "I'm suing."
Like it wasn't us. Padon's the bill. What's going on, Padon? Appreciate popping out, my guy. And keep the round of applause going because Jay said this is my fourth kid. Yeah, Jay.
Oh.
Congratulations, my guy.
Honestly,
Fantastic.
get the league going. Get the league going. Come on, let's have them running suicide. Let's go.
Exactly. We got to start
Up and down
early.
the court. Come on, let's get it.
But congratulations. That's fast. That's fantastic. Boy or girl, if you don't mind me asking. Matt said, the chat, if we can get 4 thumbs up in the chat, Heinz said he will go on a boys trip to go swimming. Eric,
this guy comes in here.
you gonna go swimming?
This guy comes in here says the dumbest stuff in the world. Like what? Like brother, he's been rage baiting all day. Can I just tell you that? He's been texting, and every single time he's opened his mouth, it's just to rage bait the entire day. Boredom, simple, absolutely bored. Brother, no, I did not. I'm not. Yeah, I can't swim. All right, let's move on, man. Jeez, man.
What are we up to? Nye says, congratulations, Jay, or condolences. Not sure how you feel about this. Fair enough.
That's respectable.
Yeah. Cam Thomas says, it's so weird calling him. Cam Thomas says, oh, don't you know I'm the coldest dude from Japan in the game right now who's played 25 games? You're not from...
He's from Japan?
Roy Hachimura.
He's Blasian? Hold on.
Cam Thomas isn't he's not Asian.
Is Cam
Roy
Thomas
Hachimura is
Asian? Cameron Boucher Thomas, is an American Japanese professional basketball player for the Brooklyn Nets.
what?
He's Japan. He was born in Japan.
What?
I believe
His father
he was
was
born in Japan of all places. He's actually born in Japan.
His father was what?
Cam Thomas 2K rating.
What was it? I guess his father military, maybe?
Or not military. Oh, Cam Thomas' parents' nationality. Thomas was born while his mother was living there. It was his mother.
But he don't look Asian.
Does Rui Hachimura look Asian?
Yeah.
Cam Thomas, you could say he could.
Roy Hachimura looks a little Asian.
I can kind of see it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Wait, you just no?
Look at
His mom don't even look Asian. I can't really tell though. It's a pixel. Wait, I'm trying to see if I could. Nah.
Damn.
You think, chat? You think Cam Thomas look Asian?
I don't think so. I know Roy Hachimura looks a little Asian.
Let me see Rui Hachimura. Let me see.
You gotta look at his name. No, look at his name. You gotta look at his face.
I mean, his name does give it away a little bit. Rui Hachimura.
Hachimura. Yeah, you can tell a little bit.
That's a dead picture. Yeah, I mean, Rui obviously looks like it a little bit better, but like, I don't know. What's going on?
What the hell are we doing? Oh,
yo, bro, come on, David. David, be nice.
Knives.
What do you say?
Don't do it, Knives.
No,
Knives, not that Noah.
No.
Not that Noah. But anyway, what are we up to?
Right after that. What? I don't know what they're saying. What did they say?
I heard they're recognizing the first black players. Isn't the NBA starting?
Yeah, dude. You know what's crazy? I actually did think I heard it. I just blanked, like it just literally went like this. And I was like,
Will Chamberlain, Bill Russell.
Dude. Who cares?
What are we talking about?
I mean, kudos to these guys, man. Thanks.
I mean, cool for playing basketball.
Thank you for starting the league. All right.
Thanks, Alex.
No, for real. I appreciate you. Yeah. You know what's crazy? They didn't get paid $1 million either.
No,
they just played for fun.
They had other jobs too.
there was plumbing.
I heard someone said bring back when you have to play 2 different jobs. When you had to play with 2 jobs. Not Jay said nah, Regis. I'm cool with them. Just realizing we need a bigger home. Damn. Derek Queen. Jay, that's for you. He went to Atlanta.
Yay, Derek Queen.
There we go.
They drafted another center.
Sounds like Dairy
So
Queen.
where is Clint Capella going now?
Home.
Are they going? Wait.
He's gonna come off the bench.
They're gonna trade. You're gonna trade Clint. What's the point of having?
They have Okongwu. Okongwu.
They have Okongwu. They have Kristaps. They have Clint, and now they have Derek Queen.
Yeah.
Why they center Horton?
Yeah.
What is that? Where are these picks, man? Yo, these teams better make moves fast.
So he plays football. Why'd you bring him up? I don't know what we're referencing. It's like I'm hoping a girl got 2 boys already and wants some balance. Oh, you don't know? Oh, it wasn't born yet. Okay. Oh, you just found out. Okay. Congratulations still, though. It's fantastic. Can't tell. Is that you sure about that? You said you're Asian. You talk about Asian.
Yo, Cam, my fault, bro. I didn't know about it. I didn't know about it.
Put that respect on the heritage. My bad, Cam. Shout out to
Cam. Yo, I don't think this is Evans.
100%.
I think it's Evans.
100%.
Oh my god.
Only Evans would look up this much knowledge just to figure out.
And just write this stuff. Evans.
Yep. He said he do look like a few different anime characters. Honestly. Bear said, shout out to Bear. Bear's in the building. Said, boys, I'm knocked. I just wanted to say what's good and go on. And good night to you, handsome gentlemen. Thank you, Bear.
Thank you, Bear.
Good night, dude. Go to rest. You got 4 a.m. cardio tomorrow.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Kenton says, bro, shows me.
Bitch, I was higher than Method Man and Redman.
I was higher than Method Man and Redman. Yeah. How high? Come on. Dude.
Cam, you can't be out of yourself like that.
Cam, you can't do that, bro. Just in case the Brooklyn Nets, you gotta get drug tested.
Oh my gosh.
Jay said, good pick. He was balling in Maryland. Yeah, he was a decent.
But they got 18 centers in the team now.
Well, that pretty much infers what they're gonna do with Clint.
Does it? It's Atlanta. That's what I'm saying. What? Why they?
Oh, they went to the same academy team.
Oh, Montverde.
Yeah.
Like, why are they next to each other?
Clint to Utah for Walker Kessler. Why are they getting another center? Walker Kessler to the Lakers.
Bro, I can't even remotely think the Lakers might be. Atlanta. Hello, Atlanta. Let me get one of your centers, please. I'll take the worst one. Give me the worst one. Thank you. 2nd round pick.
I honestly think LA might go get Walker Kessler. I've been hearing that a lot.
They would have to give up a lot for him. He's worth a lot to Utah.
But the thing is, you're in a win now situation. LeBron's still there.
Are you?
LA's always in a win now situation when you're in a market like LA.
LeBron's on steroids. I don't care what no one tells me.
I mean, there's a big speculation because of the fact that he lost his hair so early, and
LeBron gotta be on. Dude, he's about to be like 42.
It's funny. I was talking to one of the physical therapists today,
Mhm.
and we're talking about what's up with all these Achilles injuries in the sports. She's like, steroids, and I'm like, why? She's like, they weaken the tendons, and I'm
You
like,
think they're shooting?
I'm like, there's no way all of them are doing it.
Whoa.
JT, Tyrese, Dame, 3 other guys.
It was more too.
There was like 6 or 7 this season.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If JT's on roids, that's horrid.
I was just telling you a thing today. I thought it was very interesting.
What?
I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think they're on roids, but I think it's definitely speculation. I think a thing today saying it was really interesting. It was like a sports science talking about the injuries and what causes all these Achilles tendon tears. And he was going on. He said the league is up at 350% from historical average in Achilles injuries.
Oh, James Wiseman, DeJounte.
And Isaiah Jackson. It's a false step, so you're trying to quickly accelerate.
Yeah, you're trying to get off.
Extended Dorsey flexed.
But that's never been a problem.
But here's the thing. It's the false step. If you remain 48 degrees or less, you're gonna have strong association.
So if you hit this to the ground, essentially.
Yeah, between your ankle, so between the top of your foot and your leg, if that angle is less than 48%, you have a high association of getting a tear or a rupture of an Achilles tendon. I thought it was really interesting.
I think you can feel that, like,
Yeah.
kind of. Oh, they got Carter Bryant.
Carter Bryant.
Does that say W?
Carter Bryant. Oh, dude.
Wait,
This team's going to be so good.
if they get Giannis.
No, not even if they get Giannis. Oh my God. Yo, watch out for the Spurs next year, bro. They're going to be really something to watch because of the fact that they have such a young core. They got De'Aaron, they have so many picks in this draft. I like this guy. I like Carter Bryant. I think he's a good wing, two-way player for the Sacramento. He played for Arizona, but for Sacramento, he's gonna be a great two-way player. But I just want to look. Yes, that's right, San Antonio. Sorry, I just want to look at their lineup real quick. Honestly, this has just turned into an NBA draft watch along. But
I mean, it was always gonna end up being that. Let's be real.
What are we up to? I want to see the Spurs because the Spurs just went from the play-in. They might have the best jump in terms of being eliminated to potentially being a top 6. I'm not saying they're gonna get there, but I think they're definitely gonna make play-in.
Let's also be real. They would have made playing with Wemby if he never got blood clots.
They did it on purpose, dude. They did it on purpose.
Just to tank? Nah.
You got the second overall pick. You got Harper, and now you got freaking Bryant.
Dude, they had 2 lottery
picks.
They're cheating.
Look at the starting lineup.
Cheating.
We got De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper,
ready.
Devin Vassell, Harrison Barnes, Victor Wembanyama. Second bench, second unit. Chris Paul, Stephon Castle, Champagne, Keldon Johnson, Jeremy Shohan, and guess what? Carter Bryant. This freaking team.
Don't forget about Bismack.
Yeah, you're right, Bismack.
Bismack.
But this team, they're young, and honestly, I wouldn't even put Dylan Harper at the small forward as a shooting guard. I would put Stephon Castle at shooting guard. So we're really mixing that up. But this team, dude, it's gonna be something special if they all stay healthy.
Dude, if they get Giannis, it should be over.
Yeah, I mean, if they get Giannis, they should guarantee get a finals appearance. But
yeah,
I think even without Giannis, this team right now, the way they're constructed, with being passed down from Greg Popovich, having the likings of his staff still on the San Antonio Spurs, this San Antonio Spurs team, they're young, but they still got CP, veteran leadership. As much as you want to say he's old, I'm not expecting him to play big minutes, but he still can lead a team and still grow. He can develop these guards. Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle. Why do you think Stephon Castle won Rookie of the Year? Not because he was in a great position, because he had a guard like CP that can help lead him in the leadership role. And not only that,
greedy.
Dude, you look at a thing of De'Aaron Fox. When Foxy is healthy, dude, he can drop 25 a game. He can drop 25 a game when he's healthy. And you got Victor Wembanyama.
What
We don't know what he's going to do this year. He's going to get better and better every year, dude. I don't know. This Spurs team, they're going to make definitely the play-in. I wouldn't be shocked if they fight in for a 6 spot. But
we'll see, man.
If they stay healthy, dude. What are we up to? I said we can sacrifice Clint to Utah. It'll be fine. I said
You said Adam
Adam
Busy?
Busy. If it's the Nets, it's our former minority owner. If our former minority owner can dodge the Diddy allocations, I can dodge the 421s.
Yo,
There you go,
whoever
dude.
this is horrible.
It's Evans, bro.
Yeah, Evans.
It's Evans.
Evans, you need to stop. Nah, Evans.
The diddler.
Evans is
The diddler.
you talking about Jay-Z as a
Peace up. A-Town, go. Now he says, this isn't about Atlanta. This is about saving Walker Kessler. Utah don't use him right. Yeah, that's why he's not going to go to Atlanta, though, because they have so many centers. You go to a team that needs him.
Please don't go to the Lakers.
Like, I'm assuming the Lakers.
Please don't go to the Lakers.
Bam now.
That'd be a problem.
That would be a problem. Pick and roll Luka and Walker Kessler.
You turn around, you're like, oh.
Yeah, Walker Kessler would have his back to the basket. The ball would be in the air, right? He'd be like, oh.
You just look up, you're like, oh.
The alley-oops would go crazy.
Oh,
But
goodness.
overall, dude, right now we're gonna recap over in the NBA draft to see what we missed since we were talking. But not
We didn't
much,
miss anything.
dude. If OKC drafts the freaking guy from Illinois that I was talking to you about, I can't even pronounce his name.
Kasparis.
Jakunonis.
Mm-hmm.
If they draft him, bro, I think this kid is really good. I think this kid's
Where's
really
he from? Illinois. State?
I think he's a really good player.
I don't know, man. I don't know at this point. This is the point where I start to type out of the draft.
Yeah.
I have to wait. I have to wait and see.
Where's one of the Knicks draft?
The Knicks?
It's a joke. It's a joke.
I was like, what? Excuse me?
Look at this. Look at this draft right now. Dude. Let's read the write-up that they had on this guy. Strengths. He is the best passer.
He's reading on Igor, by the way.
Yeah, sorry. I'm reading on Igor Demon, who the Nets got. I'm just reading random people's things.
Let's read this guy. And he didn't say anything.
This guy, guys. Chat. Right there. Where is it? I can't see. Oh, God. Right. Damn it. What's up with this? There we go. Right there. So, strengths. Demon is the best passer in this draft. How the hell do you know that? Is there a reading? Is there a gauge? Is there a rating? And who's making this? So, which served him well as a creative force for BYU. He has the ability to make every necessary read operating out of a pick and roll. Listen, that's good for Brooklyn. Nick Claxton, Sharp. Weaknesses. His average explosiveness.
Basketball. No.
His average explosiveness, streaky three-point shooting, and decision-making made his playmaking unpredictable as he struggled with turnovers.
Huh? Wait, no. Oh,
In the Big
why
12.
did you read this? Oh my God. It's gonna be butt. Oh my gosh. David, did you just hear what they just said?
Yeah.
Who wrote that? They said his freaking strength is playmaking. He's the best playmaker in the draft.
But his weakness is playmaking.
He's playmaking because he's not a good decision maker. And he makes a lot of turnovers. So he's not good. At basketball.
Yeah, I mean, listen, here's the issue.
What?
With a young player, the way you can deem them as they can improve a lot is the fact that whether they have good decision making. That's a big factor. Turnovers.
Brother.
We've seen a lot of young players make a lot of turnover mistakes. You need a player that can bring it down.
Brother. They said his no. Actually, listen to this. Actually, because
His
I'm gonna break
strength
this
is
down.
passing.
I'm gonna break this down. Hold on. His strength is he's the best playmaker in the draft. His weaknesses, his explosiveness.
We saw him dunk though.
That was in college. His weakness is
his college team.
His explosiveness. He's a streaky three-point shooter, and he does bad decision making. So basically, what you just told me
and turnovers.
is
He struggled with turnovers.
His strength. I pray this is all wrong. I hope you're amazing.
Well, here's the thing.
His strength is literally not his strength because he's not good at decision making. He can't drive and he can't shoot. So what is he good at?
I think the thing at the end of the day,
He's just really good. Oh,
here's the thing. He's 6'8". Damn.
I don't give a rat.
He's tall.
What the?
No, but the thing is, at the end of the day, we better hope and pray because we know a lot of these ESPN reporters when they scout, they're wrong. But we better hope that is the wrong reading. So
wait, let's hear. No, Thomas Sorber.
Who?
Georgetown. Hoyas. Dude, that's like me telling you, oh yeah, I got this player for you right there. Ready? Here we go. He he has really good vision on the field. The only thing is he passes it to the other team most of the time. And he's also not the fastest, and he also can't really shoot.
Yeah.
But he plays the 10 though.
Listen, let's sign him.
So he's bad. So he's not good. What is that like? Oh my gosh.
You're looking at that and be like, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Listen.
I hope you come in and you prove all that wrong, and that's not true.
I hope so too.
That's whoever wrote that, fired him. It makes no sense. You just try to make him look good. He's not good.
Yeah.
That's what you basically just said.
Shout out to the Mets. The Mets won finally. Cool. Yeah.
Oh
but real quick, number 2, Cam Thomas says, "Who's Evans? Tyreek? What up?"
What? What? What are we talking about?
Nye says, "Got a jet, boys." He says, "Stay blessed." Appreciate you, Nye. Thanks for popping up, my guy. Have a nice one. Cam Thomas also said Scotty Barnes wrote that.
Dude, you got me bugging out. But listen, there's one thing I do want to go into, or there's 2 things technically that I want to go into that I got to pull up. Hold on, y'all.
Pull up.
There was 2 trades. Wait, did he say? Oh my God, no way.
No, I don't think he's saying like that though.
You don't?
No, I think he's more saying like.
Oh, as they said, I'm trolling. I'm sure he's happy.
Yeah, I think it's more of a thing that he's like, damn.
That's a crazy clip. That's a crazy clip. But hold on, there was 2 trades that happened while we was gone, not including the one tonight, right?
Also, the Knicks are looking to shop Mikal Bridges and Mitchell Robinson. I don't
not
understand
gonna lie. For your sake, I genuinely wasn't gonna bring it up.
No,
like,
I mean,
because like
basketball news.
I don't know what's
care.
going on. I can't explain that.
I don't run the team.
But like I can't even explain that.
It's stupid.
How does that make sense?
You just traded for the guy for 4 first-round picks, and now 4 with the pick swap,
and now you're shopping him.
And now you're shopping him.
And you're not gonna get what you got in return. Like
stupid stuff.
Oh my gosh! But the first one, let's talk about the first. There's actually a couple trades. Daniel Gafford signed a 3-year. Is expected to sign a 3-year extension for $60 million. Shout out to the Mavericks.
Damn, overpaid.
Is he?
60 million, 20 a year.
For DG was balling though when Luka was out. DG was balling.
Yeah, but you already got.
You got a little more than what he
got.
What he
Anthony Davis. You're paying. Yo, that's it. We're back.
Monica McNutt.
Hey, yo.
But the first trade I'd like to talk about, Drew Holiday. The Celtics are the story of the weekend right now. To be honest with you, is that Cooper Flag?
Yeah.
Again? Yeah. They said everyone's tuning out. Put Cooper Flag on the TV.
I'm sorry. What I do appreciate is that the white boys are stepping up this draft. I've seen 2 or 3 white boys get drafted in the top 10.
Now y'all getting greedy now. Look. He's the only one that's real. I'm not hearing the rest of them.
Listen, I like Concanoopel. Listen, he can shoot the 3. He's
the best shooter in the draft. That's what they said.
Better than freaking Demon.
The guy that can shoot, but he's a streaky shooter, but he's a good playmaker, but he doesn't have a good decision making.
Cam Thomas says Mike's cut out like the NBA wishes.
Wow.
After the doors.
Cam, you're going to get fined. Be careful, Cam. Cam, you're going to get fined.
If you don't like our mics, you can help us get a nice setup for us, please.
Facts.
Please.
Cam, you want to fix it for us?
Yeah, please.
Cam, we could talk about something. You got millions of dollars, right?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, buy us a studio. Matter of fact, buy me a mansion. Matter of fact,
mansion, jacuzzi.
Matter of fact, give me a car too.
Oh, I want a car.
Matter of fact,
what else do we want from Cam Thomas?
Season tickets. Box though.
No, box, half courtside.
Dude, this guy, and that's how you do business.
We want 4 tickets. So we can sell the other 2.
Like 5.
6 tickets.
6 tickets.
Remember that the negotiation on SpongeBob where Patrick's like, he's asking for more wishes from the Flying Dutchman. Like, how many wishes do you want? He's
I think I do
6. Some number like that. And it's like 3. And the guy is the Flying Dutchman's like 3. And he's like, 2.
Yeah, it keeps
He's
going
like-
down. Yeah. Oh my
Fine,
gosh.
2 wishes. Make it 1. Like, what?
So it's like, what the hell?
Yeah. He's
But-
like, that's how you do it.
The Celtics are the story of the weekend for the NBA for me. They traded away 2 big players that helped them win a championship, 2 massive players that played a big role in their team. The Celtics traded away Drew Holiday to the Portland Trailblazers. In return, the Celtics received Anthony Simons and 2 second-round picks. And Drew, it was just Drew Holiday. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Drew Holiday, on the one side is Drew Holiday to Portland Trailblazers. On the other side, it's Anthony Simons, 2 second-rounders. How do you feel about this?
Celtics, I think this is illegal. This is robbery. This is literal robbery. And the reason why I say this is because Drew Holiday is getting there up in age. I believe he's 34 years old.
I'm gonna
double
go
check on
right
that.
now.
But also you got Anthony Simons, who's a good player. Like he looked like he was gonna be the main guy for Portland at a time. And he's a great player.
35?
Drew Holiday, 35 years old. And he plus he had a bigger
What?
contract. He had a big contract too. So overall,
Are
you're
we
looking
giving
at it.
charity away?
It's like they only give 2 second-round picks to get a young guy, Anthony Simons, who has a lot more potential than Drew Holiday has at his age right now.
But they got 2 second-round picks. They didn't
Oh,
give it
God,
away.
second round. I never heard. Okay, let me rephrase this. Celtics, they put BTA. Yo, 100%, dude. 100%. Like, this is really bad for the fact that you receive 2 second-round picks and a young player who is 26 years old and has been averaging almost 20 points in the league. Like, let's be real. Like, he's a good player. He's a good shooter as well.
Let's really look up Anthony Simons. I'm gonna get Anthony Simons stats.
Overall, it's just the Celtics can't keep on getting away with this stuff. I feel like they get so many benefits of these trades. And honestly, you look at it, you get rid of a older guy in Drew Holiday who has had a lot of success, a great two-way player, but he's 35 years old and he had a massive contract. So you got to get that out of the way. And you bring in a younger kid who's 26 years old, can drop 20 points in a game and in a season and can be that scorer either off the bench or in the starting lineup for them. Listen, they don't bring the defensive aspect to it, but the Boston Celtics are stealing. That's highway robbery. That's insane, dude. Freaking insane. They can't keep on getting away with this stuff.
Cool.
Just when you think they're done, all of a sudden they come out of the sky and they pull something out of their butt. They're like, hey, how about this? Freaking 2K trades right there. Overriding. They're overriding the trades.
Can you find per game? There we go. So Anthony Simons has played 7 years in the league. He averaged points wise. I'm gonna go from he came in when he was 19 years old. He's now 25 going on 26. Well, he's 26, but he played last season. He was 25. First season, I'm a roundup. He averaged 4 points. Second season, he's been in Portland his entire life, by the way. But mind you, when he first got there, Dame was still there at the time. He averaged 4, then he averaged 8, then he averaged 8 again, then he averaged 17, 21, 23, and 19. They just drafted someone from China. What's it called? His assist numbers aren't like crazy. His rebounding numbers also aren't crazy. He's just a really good overall player though to have. I think I agree. I couldn't agree with you more. I think he's a great pickup for the Celtics, to be honest with you.
It's an upgrade.
I don't know.
Not on the defensive end.
Yeah.
But you bring in terms of age, like similar contracts, but also age is a big factor and also scoring aspect.
I think for what you could have got for Drew Holiday, I think you did very well. What's it called? Really quick. I will be right back.
Okay. Anyway, guys, it's just crazy for the Celtics to do this stuff. And the thing, I saw a stat saying that the Boston Celtics, they saved $280 million by getting rid of Kristaps Porzingis, which we'll get into next, and also getting rid of Drew Holiday. And I would expect Al Horford to not be there anytime soon. So I think he's a free agent this year, so I don't know what they're going to do with him. But overall, like, you're looking at a Boston Celtics team where you have now as your starting lineup. Let's get into the depth chart real quick so we can understand what this team looks like. They realize, hey, we're without Jason Tatum for damn near the whole year. So 1 year we're gonna have to play without him. You're looking at a lineup of Derek White, point guard, Anthony Simons, shooting guards, Jaylen Brown, small forward, Georges Niang at the power forward, and Luke Cornett at the center. After that, listen, their backcourt is pretty good. I love Derek White. I think he brings that defensive aspect. But their front court, Luke Cornett, I know he balls out for them sometimes, but as a role player, and then you have Georges Niang in the starting lineup. I just don't think that's going to be good enough. But I wouldn't be shocked if you see them sign somebody in the freaking offseason in the power forward position or a center position that is somewhat decent or can have a lot of potential. So overall, you're looking at the situation, and Boston Celtics still look like a decent team. Granted, now you're looking at Jaylen Brown and be like, we paid you this much money for a reason. Now you're going to have to produce like a number one star because we're not paying you $50 million a year just for you to be number 2 to Jason Tatum. We paying you $50 million a year and finals MVP just to become a guy for the guys. Eric's such a he's so annoying, bro.
What happened?
Eric's making me laugh in the freaking corner.
I did.
It's saying Jaylen Brown situation. Now this team is revolving around Jaylen Brown. I just read their depth chart.
Oh,
you're looking at Derek White, small power point guard. Anthony Simons at small forward.
When did he get in the team?
With the trade from Porzingis.
Oh, he was in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shooting guard, Anthony Simons. Small forward, Jaylen Brown. Georges Niang at the power forward, and Luke Cornett at the center. Overall, I'm saying this team doesn't look bad. Their front court is bad. Their front court is bad, but their back court
right now.
As of right now, that's what I said. Off season, they can probably sign a guy that has potential and can still be young and still produce really good for them. And like I said, you pay Jaylen Brown $50+ million a year, and you won Finals MVP, and the team plays better without you, with you, other than without Jason Tatum. So you're looking at a situation where Jaylen Brown, we trust you right now. We're going to give you pieces so you can still give us a top 6 pick. It's top 6 seeding. And I think it can be possible with that coaching staff. Anything's possible with this team. But
listen, I do want to give my thoughts on this really quick because I want to talk about both sides. For the Celtics, I'm pretty sure we agree on this aspect. It's simply just they maximize the amount that you probably could got for Drew Holiday, and it's a great trade. Now, granted, Anthony Simons, if there's any chance for you to prove that you are one of the better players in the league, now is the time. Because you didn't get the chance when Dame was at Portland. You got the chance to learn from Dame. Dame left, and then you did skyrocket to some degree. Now you did cap off a little bit, I want to say, but you definitely stunted the growth of Scoot Henderson. You beat Scoot Henderson out for that spot when Scoot Henderson was supposed to be a big deal. By the way, Scoot was the second pick, right? Or the third? Who was the first pick in that draft? I'm forgetting.
Damn, what draft was that? Let me find.
I forgot. That's
2022, I think.
I need to know who the first pick is. When you find that, let me know. But you actually can go into the draft right now and switch years. I think, like on ESPN.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But it is. Oh, he played soccer, David. Joan Bernier, whatever his name is, I can't be about Bernier. But
okay.
Either way, my thing is, wait, you gotta go back and click rounds. And I think, yeah, you can change it. But my thing is this: I think
third pick. Victor was number 1.
It was Victor's draft. Okay.
And then Dylan Harper was.
It's so ridiculous.
They're messing up. The freaking. Brandon Miller was number 2, and then Scoot was number 3.
All right. Well, with that being said, you maximize it. You get someone in return that could definitely add a lot to your team. Definitely a lot of developing to do, I think, still, to become like an ultimate role piece for this team. But overall, it's a very good acquirement, and you get some draft capital back, which is also very good. Now, on the other side of things, this is what I really want to look into because I don't think we spend a lot of time on the Pacers, the Trailblazers, and their lineup now that they have Drew Holiday, because there are some factors. Because even though they're a smaller team, you want to look into what they have.
Honestly, Drew Holiday might get bought out. He might want to leave.
So, Drew, I mean, I honestly don't think so.
It'll be the second time this happens.
I think Drew's just gonna be like, I'm gonna just ball.
Because the first time he got traded there, and then they bought out his contract, and he went to Boston.
He did go. Yeah, you are right on that, but. They're predicting the lineup to be Drew Holiday, Shaedon Sharpe, Denny Avdia, Jeremy Grant, and DeAndre Ayton. Now, no disrespect, that team is buns. That team is trash, right?
Listen, they got some young players that can ball though. Denny Avdia, he's been the second half of the season. He started showing up.
Yeah, and then on the bench,
Shaedon Sharpe is also good.
Tumani. Wow, remember Matisse Thybulle? What happened to him, man? Damn. Donovan Cleveland is not too bad. Also. Delano Bannon is not also bad. They got
a solid young team, dude.
I don't know who Chris Murray is. Oh, that's Keegan Murray's brother. Duh.
They got a solid young team.
I don't hear about him a lot. But yeah, they definitely have a solid young team. There's definitely a lot of upside to this. How old is DeAndre Ayton right now? He's 26 as well. I'm
Oh my gosh, he's 26 years old.
But let's be so real. Drew Holiday, I don't know. The biggest thing for me is Scoot. Right now, I think the biggest thing in this team right now is Scoot, because why I think Portland is trying to decide is Scoot going to be worth it for us? Because right now, Scoot has not found a way within 2 years of the league to start.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I believe Scoot's probably like 20.
21.
He's 21. It's getting to that point where he might be a big bust.
Listen, Cam.
Right?
Cam Thomas said it best.
What do you say?
So Scoot can scoot his A out of the league. Dude's a bum.
No, Cam, you're on it right now.
Damn.
Cam, you can't do this.
Come on, Cam.
But I personally believe right now the biggest thing for the Trailblazers is to try their best to develop Scoot Henderson. And this year is going to be the answer to see if he can outplay a 35-year-old Drew Holiday on a team that's already sinking.
Probably not.
Right? And if not, can he somehow get in the starting lineup for Shaedon Sharpe? Can he offer something off the bench? If you look at Scoot Henderson's career so far, this season alone, let me look up Scoot Henderson's stats. He averaged 13 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists on 42% shooting. That brother's just bad.
Brother,
Hey, brother, is right though. Brother, I gotta see if they look at these ads. I want to see the rest of his stats. Scottie Pippen? No, I want Scoot Henderson. All right, here we go. So for Scoot Henderson, in his 2 years in the NBA, his first year he averaged. Wait, no, they gave me the wrong stats then, because he's 19 here. They gave me
now he's 21.
Yeah. Oh, so this one's not even put in. He averaged. So he actively, his best season was when he was a rookie, and that wasn't even that great.
Well, he's been shooting better now recently than he has in the past.
But he hasn't been. Oh wait, that's not even his. I'm an idiot. That's his points.
So
no, it's still the rookie.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
he's been shooting better. He's been more efficient. But
overall, Scoot
41% from the field is not.
He has to take that jump, because if he doesn't take that jump, he's entering Markel Fultz areas.
Dun, dun, dun.
He's entering that type of area. He's entering possibly Lonzo Ball. I don't want to disrespect Lonzo Ball because he's just been injured for his entire life. But you're entering a dangerous stratosphere of like just a guy just never ended up amounting to what he was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So as for the Celtics, big. As for the Trailblazers, a lot of testing to get done. But I noticed you mentioned that their front court is really bad, right? And the reason to that is because there was another trade that happened within the NBA that also involved the Celtics, which was Kristaps Porzingis being traded to the Atlanta Hawks, and it was a 3-team trade, right? Nets being involved. The Hawks received Kristaps Porzingis in a second-round pick. The Celtics received Georges Niang in a second-round pick, and the Nets received Terrence Mann in the number 22 pick in the draft. Now, before we break this down, I figured we want to go to the comments because there's a lot to break down in this one. So I don't want to start too much.
Real quick, Cam Thomas has showing some love to his Asian friends. He said, "Congratulations, Hanson Yang. Welcome to the league from China. You a baller, but you got to pay the vets a tariff." Oh Jesus! I thought you were doing something. Yeah, but his name. But Cam Thomas, I'm really disappointing you because since you're Asian, you're Japanese, you should be getting the Asian name correct. It's actually Yang Hansen instead of Hanson Yang. He messed up the name, so it's very disrespectful.
Talking about don't disrespect the culture, but
yeah,
you're not even you disrespecting your own. What's going on, Cam? Cam, what's going on? Man, that's how I know it's just
fake.
Come
on, Cam. You gotta be better than that. Cam said Portland is the NBA version of.
Yeah, this is absurd.
Yeah, bro.
This is absurd.
That's so crazy. Cam, you're gonna get fined for real. So yeah, develop Scoot into a ticket taker because on the court he ain't it.
Yo, Cam, why you talking so crazy? Scoot might
Cam,
be
you
nice.
gotta get healthy, bro.
Yo, Cam, you where's the championship, bro? Come on, now I'm pressing you.
It's like Scoot can be in guest services, escorting the elderly fans to their seat. Like, did you know I once played for the team? Yeah, facts.
That's so foul.
Jay said, haha. He said, remember when the Hawks turned George Gonzalez into a wrestler? No, what the heck?
I actually don't know who
That's
is.
crazy. Turned to a wrestler. That's how bad. Jazz.
Why are we talking about the Jazz when it's the Wizards?
Because they're talking about Ace Bailey's pick.
No, they're about to pick someone. They traded.
It's for who?
Why didn't they update the graphic? Yo, who's working at ESPN, bro?
Eric. Da-na-na.
It's not the Wizards. Oh, what the hell, man? Whatever.
Can't tell us that he a rookie. Got to earn that respect. What, calling him the right name?
You got earn my respect to call him the right name. Absurd.
All right. Kristaps Porzingis trade after this pick.
But after this pick, you want to wait?
Yeah.
The pick is in. I don't know what to say. Walter Clayton Jr. You know how much they probably feel right now? There's people that get seats and don't get drafted.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that absurd?
Yeah,
Imagine,
he's gonna get drafted though.
You know, who was it? Someone missed their like a championship game. It was one of the Euro guys. He missed like a championship game to be there. How do you feel about that? I forgot who it was, but this guy played football? Madness.
Well, he also won Florida the title, the national championship.
Oh wait, yeah,
Walton Clayton Jr.
Is.
I know who this guy is. He's a baller, and I'm surprised that he's so low. Listen, he can. I think any team that gets him is a steal. Brooklyn.
He's a winner.
Brooklyn, 19. Call him up.
But I think it was the French player, but he was like, you know how the Euro League is different from the college. Obviously, he had a championship game today, and he chose to miss it to get drafted. How do you feel about that? While we wait for the pick,
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of dumb. I feel like
what would you do?
I would play the game because I don't need to be there. I feel like that's just a waste of my time because if I get drafted, I get drafted.
Yeah.
You know, but also that could be a situation where it's like, hey, I don't want to get injured. You know, because if I get injured and they hear about it, they're not going to pick me.
They're not going to pick you.
So I understand both sides of it. Me, honestly, as a player that I would probably play it. But overall, I understand why you would sit out. God forbid, risking an injury.
Granted, you didn't talk about the experience of being like walking up on stage. I think that does play a factor into it, but at the same time, I kind of agree with you. I don't know what I would do, but I'm torn between missing out on the one time I'll ever get to walk up and get a hat and like shake the commissioner's hand,
or the one time you ever win a Euro championship. Yeah,
that's it. Could be the last time, and it's like a nice little farewell. Oh, here we go. Yo, your brother's in Portland now.
Oh, he's in Portland. With Drew.
What is Memphis doing? Memphis is retooling. There he is.
Damn it!
Walter Clayton.
That's such a bad pick for them, dude.
Like he's on the phone with them still.
Yeah, that's such a bad pick.
Oh, he's crying.
Oh, Jordan Poole got traded, right?
Yes.
That's a great pick.
We're
That's a great pick. I totally forgot about that.
We're gonna talk about that too.
That's a great pick.
I love seeing this. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't.
But you're not like an emotion dude.
I'm really.
He like F you guys. Like just come on already. Let's move on.
I mean, I'm happy for them. Good for them, but
I love
impact my life.
Yeah. I'm saying I love to see. You do love to see like their lives changed to some degree. You don't like seeing the fact like, yo.
No, I'm not saying I hate it.
It's probably a little kid that had a dream and it's finally coming true.
No, I get
like it's a nice little surrender.
You want me to be honest?
What?
I get mad. I get really mad.
Why you get mad?
Because I'm like, it's like when I watch a player that's younger than me.
Do better. That's spiteful.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm like, damn, I can't even root for you no more. Damn, that's crazy.
Nah, I like.
I mean, it's good. It's a good moment for them. I'm not gonna take it away from them, but it doesn't have any effect on me.
It's cool. Well, yeah, it doesn't have any effect on me. I just say like cool to see. I think it's cool to see.
Yes.
But
I guess.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, Walter K and Drew don't know who I am.
So. Walton Clayton.
He got a son? Dude. Or daughter? Or no, is that his mom?
Ooh, that's very young age. I don't know.
Anthony Edwards, child support. No, he's not.
Damn.
But let's keep it going.
Jay said in 1988, George Gonzalez was a basketball star in Argentina and became the first athlete in his country drafted by an NBA team, the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks never put George on the court heavy to play, but the owner of the team, Ted Turner, proposed an alternative for George to wrestle for World Championship Wrestling, which Ted Turner owned. Damn, he basically said, "If we're not gonna use her here, we're gonna use her here."
That's hey, money is money. He's still making bread, probably.
I guess so.
That's crazy. He was too heavy. Why did you draft him?
What was the
Like, how did you see? This is what I'm talking about. Some of these guys don't know what they're doing, bro.
They don't. Like the Phoenix Suns.
Dude, like, look. Oh, I think she just said dada.
Is that a girl?
Yeah, it's definitely a girl.
How you know?
You could tell.
Why?
It's a girl.
Why? What gives it away?
Yo, are you trying to set me up here?
No, I'm asking a question. I see one thing.
Her hair.
Obviously, the pink binky in this very.
I didn't see the big binky. Her hair though, the way her hair is done. The boy, you wouldn't put a little bow thing like that around the boy's head.
You'd be surprised nowadays.
All right. See, he's trying to set me up.
Cam Thomas says, "Well, Mr. China, welcome to."
Mr. China is crazy. Mr. China, bro.
There's that. You're like, I want to be ninja. Yeah.
She said, I want to be ninja.
I want to chop.
Too much brain rot in this world. That's too much brain rot. Nah.
I gotta find it. Let me play.
I'll do the same thing. Hold on.
Oh god. I'm gonna be ninja soon.
If
you guys don't know what we're talking about, we'll play it for you. We're at the point in this episode where we're just gonna play whatever comes to mind. Cam Thomas says, and cool story sounds like the Pat Zion is heading, coming to the ring, the hungry hippo.
Keep going. Just keep going.
He's too fat to play. It sounds like Zion.
Oh,
what Zion's gonna do? Go.
It's just too much ads.
Try and get your money.
This
Everybody, if you ever heard of this, I heard this on Bad Friends podcast. And Santino Bobby Lee. It's a white lady saying this. Come on.
Shut my Murphy bed, sat down to scratch my head. What could this day bring?
Where did this come to? Why is playing this? It's even crazier. It break the city, bro.
It didn't take me
It
long
was actually,
to find the ticking
it's not lit.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe I too could be ninja. I want to be ninja.
That should be a soundboard. That should be a soundboard thing.
Nah, it's gotta be something original. Nah. I'm not checking this. There's no way. She said, I tongue. Yo, what?
No, that could be a little words. Who knows?
What?
Oh,
She said, take boy down to
yeah,
China.
there's more. There's better lyrics. She goes one to the chorus. No, we're gonna pass to the chorus.
Nah.
And you guys, you know what? I might do it. I might be a ninja soon. I gotta be ninja.
Nah, cut this off. Nah, it's brain rot. It has to be brain rot, bro. What? She said, I'm gonna be ninja soon. Yo.
Oh, you know, guy. I've been ninja soon. Oh, it's so funny.
I would actually, yo. You can't make this up, man.
Not selected.
Don't.
Sorry, you didn't see.
Can you really go wrong?
Oh, don't get another guard. Up guard. Yep, fantastic. Yep. What happened to the kid from
They
Illinois?
better not trade D'Lo.
What about the kid from Illinois?
They better not trade
What
D'Lo.
about the kid from Illinois?
They better not trade D'Lo. Yo, what
Why do you get two guards? I don't understand. Hey, we're gonna read his. See, we're not really bashing the kid because the kid could be fantastic. We don't know. But the thing is, at the end of the day,
That's Frank Ntilikina 2.0.
you're drafting a guy Well, you already drafted it earlier in the draft. You already drafted in the same
Who is
position.
that?
I don't understand. That I don't get. That I don't get. You gotta change it up. You can't go guard, 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 guard. You gotta go guard, power forward, small forward, center.
It's
You have 5 picks. You can create a starting 5.
Nolan Traore literally is a Damatrari.
Yeah, I was about to say. Pick and roll. Oh, another pick and roll master. Just like Denim. Denman.
Yo.
Hold up. He's a transition player. Playmaker, sorry.
Everyone's a transition.
Playmaker. But Eric, his downfall is
Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my brain.
bad decision making.
No, I'm actually gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it.
He's got bad decision making.
David.
What?
Do we not own? Who cares? Who cares, bro? Let's leave the phone there, bro.
You're rookie. You're rookie. I said you're rookie.
Do we not have Cam Thomas on the team? Does he not exist?
Well, luckily for them, Eric, none of them say that they're good at shooting.
Do we not have D'Lo? What the hell are we doing?
Like you said, they're looking in the future. D'Lo is 32 years old.
Oh my god!
They're looking for the future.
Oh my gosh! We have freaking. We have Igor.
I don't know, dude.
Igor and Traore. Yo, brother. French draft picks.
Who cares?
Nolan Traore.
I don't know, dude. I'm not jacking.
We're finished.
But
I don't know.
shout to the bot. Bot's in the building. Shout out to the bot.
No disrespect to you, my brother. I hope you're amazing. But like, we didn't. Why did we draft another?
Here's the thing. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's the thing. Doesn't matter. He could be good. But the thing is, you're drafting a guy where you already drafted the position earlier on.
These freaking numbskulls. Ah!
It's so weird.
Yay!
It's so weird.
Yeah, that's what they're doing right now.
Wow. I got millions of dollars in my bank. Like
another guard. Yay!
You're looking at a situation where you're drafting 2 of the same positions in the same draft. I don't get it. Got to go wing.
I have to, because maybe I'm bugging. D'Lo, Cam, Zaire, Cam Johnson, Nick Claxton.
We got Terrence Man.
What the?
We got 2 Terrence Man. Oh, we got him twice.
Are you serious?
He's guard.
He's a guard. They put Igor Demon as a second. Oh my gosh. Why is Terrence Mann there twice? Brendan Watford. Yo, go get a 4. Go get a 4.
Or a 3.
Go get a 4. Yo. Go get a 4. Go get a wing.
Go get a 4 or 3.
Is there not one? Okay, that's the answer. There's not one available.
No, there is one available.
No.
It's the best one available.
No. Surely.
You're telling me that they're making a mistake?
Surely they just. Surely. Wait. No.
That's available.
Surely. Guard.
Yeah. Let's see if it gets better than this. Go look, another forward. Yeah, I wouldn't draft him either. Look, another forward. Look, a French forward. They picked the wrong Frenchman. Eric, it's cooked. That's why you can't watch the drafts. They get you annoyed for some reason. These drafts are a waste of time. They're a waste of time. But shout out to Cam Thomas said something. Cam Thomas said, "Catchy beat sounds like something Dame would rap." Would rap to stick to balling, dog. Your rhymes make Shaq look like Kendrick. Damn, why is he going into everybody?
Yo, this is plagiarism in some type of way. No, this is what's that? Defamation.
Identity theft.
Identity theft, defamation, some type of plagiarism. Yeah, we got him on all counts. Whoever's behind this account, you're cooked, buddy. If we post it on Instagram and he finds it, I'm gonna tag him too. Best belief. I'm gonna tag him.
Damn, Cam.
Cam, you're cooked.
He said, too many French dudes in this draft. If they smell anything like Wemby, they're gonna be smelling a lot of cheese. Damn.
Yo, whoever this is actually hilarious.
He said, once they pay me $100 million, I'll exist again.
Man, let's talk about this trade. Let's
about the trade. Let's do this.
So, let's talk about in order. Hawks. Biggest winners of the trade, in my opinion. Take that boy to Chinatown. Like, bro, get the. Oh my God, it actually pisses me off. Yo, it just sounds so dumb.
It's funny.
Funny. You get Kristaps Porzingis, and you have a second round pick,
Mhm.
right? Let's pull up their. Can you actually pull up their depth chart? And the other side, Celtics get George Niang in second round pick. Realistically, that's probably the trade where they lost. Because
But you can only win so much after.
Yeah, you're not gonna really get too much. How old is
pulling the
Kristaps?
Trailblazers pants down.
How old is Kristaps?
Um,
He still has value, but like, yeah, he's right there.
Kristaps is 29.
Yeah, George Niang is a really bad pickup. I'm not gonna lie, but they still off. The reason why the Celtics are still good is because they offloaded. They're gonna miss that second apron of tax. They're gonna be fine.
They offloaded $280 million in just 2 trades.
And so they've definitely done a good job. So they might be able to move even. They might be able to go get someone else even if they really want to.
I mean, so the Hawks got that. The Celtics received George Niang and a second round pick, and the Nets received Terrence Mann and the 22nd overall pick. I'm gonna tell you who won this trade. Nets to get a first round pick out of this, and who'd you give up? Second round pick?
I don't know.
You know,
I don't think George Niang was on the team, so they give unless both of these picks are in the Nets.
Even so, you get a first round pick.
That's your boy.
Damn it!
He was on the board.
Yeah, of course he was.
That's your boy right there. We're gonna be watching this kid because that's David's boy.
The kid's gonna be good.
I got it. But
I tell you who won that trade in that 3-team trade for Kristaps. The Nets, because looks like I don't even know what they gave up. They probably gave up a second round pick or 2 of them. I don't know which one of their picks. They won that, and they got a first round pick and Terrence Mann, who is actually a decent player, a decent role player, and he's still somewhat young where he can still develop. And also, you look at the Hawks; they won that trade too because they got Kristaps Porzingis, and they get a second round pick in receiving that too. Sure, they gave up a first, and George Niang, but you're getting Kristaps Porzingis, who is only 29 years old, and when fully healthy, has proven to be a big part for that Boston Celtics team. So overall, you're looking at a guy that can stretch the floor offensively and make the center or the power forward on the other team guard him all the way from the 3-point line all the way to the basket. And also you get a rebounder. You get a good defender as well. So you got an overall package, and this puts the Atlanta Hawks in a situation where you're looking at a lineup consisting of Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, who I think is one of the best defensive players in the league.
He is.
Yeah. Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Ricochet, who has started off a little slow, but then started to find his feet. Who can probably take another step next year. It all depends on his development as well. Also, Jalen Johnson, who has also been balling out before he got injured in the season. Yeah. And let's see if he can be the same person as he was, which he most likely can, and develop into that situation. And you got Kristaps Porzingis at the center. And off the bench, you got Karis LeVert, and you got Onyeka Okongwu. Yeah, and you got another guy. This is I don't know how to say his name.
I'm not gonna say his name. He's all cool.
Yeah, something like that. He's a decent guy. But overall, like that's a starting lineup that is very good, and you have 2 bench players that can put up nice minutes for your team.
I just had to see what
and you got 2 bench players that can put up solid minutes for your team. And you have a starting lineup that looks really, really good. Now, I told Eric this, and I just want to clarify this to everyone. I think this Hawks team will be really good next year. They were 9th place in the play-in team this year. I expect them to at least be top 6, especially with how weak the East is. They should at least fall into the 6th spot. They don't have to be in the play-in no more. But will they be that team that takes the next step? I don't know. It depends on the leadership role. And I'm not saying in terms of I'm not saying in terms of, who can step up in playing style. I'm saying like on field, off the court type of mentalities. Because the oldest person that is actually a star on that team is Trae Young. Legit star, the guy that was supposed to be a leader of their team. And it's kind of, he's been playing fantastic, hasn't really fell off from that year when his team made the Eastern Conference Finals. And after that, it's kind of went on a recognition kind of went downhill because his team success has been down as well. But you're looking at a team that has defense, it has offense, defense at the guard position, has defense at the front court position, has offense in Trae Young, has playmaking, has shooting. Like they have a great talented team, and I expect them to at least be top 6. But it depends to go farther down to make it higher up. Depends on the leadership role, and if these players like Trae Young can take that next step to becoming that leader that they want him to be.
I'm gonna highlight the 2 teams I don't want to talk about. I want to talk about the least first. Which is the Brooklyn Nets. Like you said, I think the Brooklyn. First of all, actually, I think everyone wins, and to some degree, I think if you had to pick a loser, it actually is the Celtics within the trade itself. right? The trade itself, they got the least value and they got the least back, right? But within, if you talk about within the aspect of what their team needs and what their team needs to do, it's not technically a loss because you wasn't going to get anything in return realistically, right? You could probably got something better, but this is probably the best option for you guys to offload him pretty fast. Now, I look at the Nets, I'm like, okay, cool. They've got 22nd pick. They're just rebuilding. It's whatever, right? Now I look at the Hawks. If I was the Celtics, I honestly wouldn't even want to trade him to the Hawks because I think I am a little bit more adamant on this, or I believe in this team a little bit more than you do, I would say. Is that safe to say?
No, I think we believe in them in the same way.
Okay. Because I think this team could be really good next year. It's going to be Kristaps' role is going to become bigger than it was on the Celtics, right? Now, the question is, we've seen Kristaps in a role like that before with the Dallas Mavericks, and it didn't necessarily work out because of the fact that he both injury prone between him and Luka in some degree, and he ended up not living up to what they needed him to be, and they ended up moving off of him. So that's the only thing I would be a little bit concerned about. But the difference between those two is Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, Jalen Johnson's a baller.
Jalen Johnson has gotten better every single year, and he's emerged into the conversations of being a really good number 2 option, right? He got hurt last year. Hopefully he can come back and pick up exactly where he left off, right? Now what we're talking about is somewhat of a big 3 within Trae Young, Jalen Johnson, and Kristaps Porzingis.
A really mini one.
Right? I don't know. See, we say it's a really mini one, but Kristaps, you could argue that Kristaps was part of somewhat of a big 3 within Boston when it came down to it, right? Because you could throw that big 3 all around. You could say Tatum, Brown, Derek White, Tatum, Brown, Drew Holiday, Tatum, Brown, Kristaps Porzingis. You could throw that. I feel like you could throw that around equally because they all do something different.
Derek White.
I said Derek White. That was the first one I said. But my thing is this. With the coach like Quinn Snyder, that's why I checked earlier. I wanted to see who their coach was because that's going to be a big thing because of the fact that they only have 2 guys off the bench that are really going to offer you something, right? Trae Young is going to be a lot on Trae Young's shoulders, something that I think he could definitely handle. I think Trae Young is somewhat wildly forgotten about because of the fact that he's not a 2-way player, but he's a great offensive player. But we forget how good he actually is because his team is so bad.
Great playmaker. He's leading his league in assists too.
And see that's the real thing. It's because you don't really see how good Trae Young is because on the other side of the end he's such a liability sometimes.
He shot 41% from the field.
Well, I mean it's like it's a give or take with Trae Young. I believe Trae Young. I think we all know Trae Young is a baller, obviously, but I believe Trae Young is a lot better than we know him to be. And I think this team is where
you gotta be efficient.
Is where he really steps into what we saw a couple years back when he went to the Eastern Conference Finals against the Milwaukee Bucks, right? That's why I think he steps into. That's what he has to step into because now I don't think there's an excuse. I really don't think there's an excuse for him right now. Right now, you got to lead your team. You have to, especially in this weak East. Now, granted, on paper, do they have the best team? No. But this is why we pay you. This is why we make you our guy. This is why we made you our number 1 guy. This is why we traded you on draft day and everything. This is why we did it because we
for Luka
Doncic. This is your moment to prove that you are worth what we have. We got you what you needed. The whole conversation before was not surrounding him around the right players, not giving him the right help, yada yada whoop. You have it now, in my opinion. Jalen Johnson has developed. Zachary Reese, all he has to do is be a good shooter and play defense. That's all he has to do. See, so you have Trae Young, you have Jalen Johnson that could be the scorer as well. You have Kristaps that could stretch the floor, and you wonder. Defensively, how are we going to do? You have a defensive DPOY finalist in Dyson Daniels. That handles the guard. You put any guard, Dyson Daniels is on him, right? Zachary Reese, not a bad defender as well, still developing. Then you have Jalen Johnson, the other really good 2-way player. And you have Kristaps Porzingis, one of the defensive anchors in Boston winning a championship. This team is foolproof on the starting lineup sides. Now, the only thing I'll be worried about is the bench. Onyeka Okongwu and Caris LeVert. That's really it, in my opinion, right? And even then, the production does have to be a lot. And the one thing that I'm worried about the most, I think Kristaps, especially at this point in his career, is injury prone no matter what you do.
The thing I was gonna mention.
And that's going to be also a big factor. If we can't get Kristaps on the right minutes, and because his role's going to be bigger. On Boston, he didn't have to do that much, and he was still hurt on Boston.
Yeah, that's what I'm scared about too.
So if we could bring in someone else that could still, and we could rotate properly, and Kristaps doesn't have to do as much, but when he's needed, he gets the job done. I think they'll be fine. But him offering this role this old and he's injury prone, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Also, not to mention that Kristaps Porzingis finished off the season in the playoffs with an unknown sickness that we still don't know to this day what he was battling with, but he still didn't look good. So we don't know what that's gonna look like. We don't know what's gonna go into next season. Injury prone as well. And not only that, we don't know what Jalen Johnson's going to look like after injury. We're hoping they look the same, but
yeah,
it's also going off basically of a prediction. He's like 23 or something.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm really good at guessing ages.
You're on point.
I got to give myself.
Well, you know it. It's just a matter of like
I don't know exactly.
Yeah.
I'm picturing. Okay, this time. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just go around there. But I don't know, dude. It looks good though. They look like a really solid team if everyone's fully healthy.
You want to guess Ricochet's age?
Ricochet? 21, 22?
Close.
Was it 23? 20. Damn.
Yeah, it's a 21 first. It's gonna be a lot on Ricochet to do better. This team isn't foolproof just yet as far as winning a championship, I don't believe.
No.
But if they could keep it together and if they can make the right moves, I think this is a step in the right direction for the Atlanta Hawks.
It is. Especially you got 2 young players that's still under contract. 3 with Dyson Daniels.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trae Young is your superstar, quote unquote. And yeah, Kristaps Porzingis, I can put him valuable minutes for your team.
I'll tell you what though, Trae got to make an All-Star game this year. Has to.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about, the leadership role.
Yeah.
That's how you take the next step. But
has to. So chat, I know we're talking about the Magic this year because of the Desmond Bane trade. I need everyone to also be locked in on the Hawks. Look out for the Hawks. They should be very good.
You gotta look out for the Hawks. You gotta look out for the Toronto Raptors, in my opinion. Because Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly.
I think it's the biggest sleeper.
That's a sleeper team.
That's a good one.
Also, you gotta watch out for
76ers.
I don't know. No, I don't.
If Embiid plays well, I guess.
I have no faith in Joel.
Yeah.
Detroit, New York. So we'll go Cleveland. We'll go Cleveland, New York Knicks, Orlando Magic, Detroit Pistons, Atlanta Hawks, Toronto Raptors. That's a top 6 right there. And I'm missing the Heat, who could potentially still be up there too.
I mean, it's possible. The thing is also, we don't know what New York's gonna do because they're acting stupid and shopping Mikal and Mitch.
Yeah,
I don't know why you would shop Mitch. Mitch has had a great series, and I can't even. But that's the trade I have. You have anything to say on that? Because there's a couple.
New York's in shambles because they don't know how to. They don't have a coach.
The only other one that I know to talk about, I mean, Kyrie got signed 3-year, $119 million to the Mavericks.
Cool.
I guess it's not an overpay because they're going
still fantastic,
and they're going balls to the wall. So that's
it's not even overpay. It's like less than $40 million a
year. Yeah. 2-year, $50 million for Fred VanVleet. None of it.
Well, they wanted that because Kevin Durant specifically said he wanted to play with Fred VanVleet.
He did. I didn't see that. Okay.
He said one of the reasons why he wanted to go to Houston is because he loves Fred.
He be pissing me off sometimes. And number 2. Yeah, okay. So then the last trade I want to talk about, minor trade, but still, between the Pelicans and the Wizards, 2 poverty teams. Both have never won a championship either. Fun fact.
Shante Murray is on my Pelicans right there.
The Pelicans the Pelicans traded CJ McCollum, Kelly Olynyk, and a 2nd-round pick to the Wizards for Jordan Poole, Saddiq Bey, and the 40th pick. So just to put that for everyone in perspective, the Pelicans received Jordan Poole, Saddiq Bey, and the 40th pick in the NBA draft. And the Wizards received CJ McCollum, Kelly Olynyk, and a 2nd-round pick. What do we think? Who won? What do we think the thoughts of this?
It's tough to say. I honestly think that the Pelicans won just because of the fact you're looking at age again. CJ McCollum's 33, 34 years old. He's starting to get up there. You see more appearances on him on ESPN talking than you do on ESPN for highlights. So it's definitely not a good sign in terms of the right direction. And 33 years old. And overall, you're looking at the situation where you bring in Jordan Poole, who's around 25, 26 years old.
Where's Kelly Olynyk on the depth chart? Nowhere. Jeez.
25, 26 years old, where he can still. Jordan Poole was not meant to be a number 1 option on the team. But when you go to a team where DeJounte Murray is going to be your point guard, where we know he can put up double-digit assists. He can put up triple-double numbers when he's fully healthy. My boy DeJounte. And also, you got to see if Zion Williamson is fully healthy. Then that team somewhat looks really good. With Trey Murphy, the third. People aren't talking about team with Herbert Jones. This team looks really good. They're a very good young team. So we'll see what happens. The lineup: DeJounte Murray, Jordan Poole, Trey Murphy, Zion, Missy,
Yeah.
and then also off the bench you got Bruce Brown, Herbert Jones, Derek Queen, the kid they just drafted, Jordan Hawkins, Fears. Yeah, this team's good. Team's good if
they're healthy.
They can play on the court together.
See now, you know what's crazy though.
And just because you say they're good, they're in the West, so their ceiling is probably playing.
That's what I was just about to get to.
Their ceiling is playing, but based off of the team that they have on paper, they're a good team.
Now, you're so right on the fact that the Pelicans are a big if, right? Because of injury and because of off-court issues. Because of injury, because of Zion, realistically. As far as the Wizards go, this is a bad trade. I don't know what you get out of this. I think the Wizards are probably going to be the worst team in the NBA again, by far.
Still don't have a top pick.
I think what they did was they just basically said, Alex Sarr, here's the franchise. We got rid of Kyle Kuzma. We got rid of
the Wizards got
Jordan
Walter
Poole.
Payton Jr. now, so he can be that Jordan Poole reigns.
I guess so, but they're basically looking at Alex Sarr and they're like, yo, we're giving you the reins. Last year, he was supposed to be the number one pick. They took Zachary Shea. We ended up getting you. Here you go. Do something with it now. What was Alex Sarr's stats from last year? Because he didn't even win Rookie of the Year, which is so bad because
he wasn't even in the top list.
But the thing is, Stephon Castle won Rookie of the Year, and Stephon Castle was on a team with Victor Wembanyama, and he still produced more than you. And you was on a team with you. That's absurd. That's really absurd. I didn't tune into much Wizards game to be fair, guys, but
yes, you shouldn't.
Alex Sarr,
13 points, 7 rebounds. 13.7 rebounds, 2 assists. Shooting 39% from the field. You're a big man. It should be layups.
Oh my gosh, 7 foot. Yeah, Alex Sarr's definitely got a lot of work to do. I definitely don't think it's over though. You know what I mean? Definitely.
Well, he's still young. This is his first year in the league. He can come back next year, but I don't take a big step.
The Wizards. I'm watching.
Wait, hold up.
Drake Powell. Is that Norman Powell's brother?
Well, this is the Brooklyn Nets pick.
Why did it say that the Hawks picked him though?
Because it was the Hawks pick. Remember the trade that we just talked about?
Yeah, but why does it say? Why wouldn't it just say it's Brooklyn then?
I don't know.
Makes no sense.
On-ball defender.
Wait, was he? Oh, he's a wing.
Yeah, he's a wing.
Plays defense. Okay.
3-point shooter.
He can shoot 3D. I like that. I like that a lot.
Look.
Oh, I thought you put it on the TV.
Oh, he only averaged 7 points.
He's a role player. I don't mind that at all, dude. It's a 22nd pick. We're not gonna get much.
Still first.
And he's not gonna play over Cam. He's not gonna play over Cam Johnson anyways. But it's a good player that he can learn from Cam.
Yeah, it's funny. I think he's the worst one.
Oh,
yeah, we're over here talking.
Well, I mean, technically by pick he is.
No, I'm saying in terms of how we are expressing or how you've been expressing your things.
I take everything I said back. I hope all y'all are the best players in the league. I really do. I'm just going based on what I know.
Yeah, Alex Sarr is butt cheeks.
But yeah, not like a way too early prediction to make. This Wizards team, Washington fans don't even watch basketball this year. You don't have to. There's no point. There's actually no point. The team is so bad. CJ McCollum, Chris Middleton, Marcus Smart, y'all suck. I'm like y'all are just the old goon squad for real.
Kid Thomas said KP playing minutes, just cough near the dude. He'll get sick and be out for months. Yo, Cam, bro.
Cam is ruthless.
1978, my guy. Washington beat the Sonics in 7. Cam knows his ball knowledge.
That was the Bullets, though.
But still Washington.
Yeah, that was the Bullets. That wasn't the Wizards. That was eons ago.
But it's still technically their franchise.
Oh my gosh, they did win. He's so right.
Damn, Cam's on point.
He did as the Bullets.
Cam, he said, Cam Thomas, this is his thoughts on his new teammate that he just got. Said he can carry my bags to the team bus and then get my lunch.
Who is this? Yo, but listen, the last thing I'll say for the Pelicans, like David said, can you pull up I just want to see this really quick. No, you just leave it here. You had the starting lineup of DeJounte, Jordan Poole. It was Trey Murphy, Zion, and Yves. And they had a bench. That team, if Zion wants to be the player he's supposed to be, is really good.
If Zion gets on the court,
it's sad because he is when no disrespect to your boy, but like when Zion's at his best, he's the best player on the team. He's the needle mover of that team. He can really cause a lot of damage for that team. Now, And you look at the West is stacked. I mean, and we're looking at realistically, the only team that I think that would drop out of here
out of the playoffs.
At the playoffs is maybe the Clippers, just by age, and the Sacramento Kings. If we're gonna trade, because San Antonio making it, if they're healthy, San Antonio's making the play-in or the playoffs. And then you have the idea of if
You can
Phoenix,
go Memphis too.
If I don't think Memphis is gonna do it though.
I don't think they're gonna drop out, but you wouldn't be shocked. They traded away one of their better players on that team.
I would say if New Orleans locks in, they could sneak in.
Yeah,
it's gonna be difficult though. It's gonna be this West is extremely difficult to play in. So, a lot to think about. Who's the New Orleans coach? I forgot. Willie Green. A lot to think about, man. If you could just get Zion to play basketball. Yo, when was the last time Zion played, bro? It feels like he didn't even play this season.
Really didn't.
What do you do? Like
nothing. Well, I know what he did.
What do you like?
He did something.
What is he been doing all this time?
24 years old. He's still
young too.
Game time decision. One day ago.
Announced the Monday.
Game time decision.
Back? What's wrong with his
First
back?
his foot, then it's his knee, then it's his back.
Big back.
That's his freaking brain.
How many games he played this season?
There you guess.
I honestly feel like he didn't play at all. Like
there you guess.
I don't remember
big back.
Zion playing. I want to say like I'm not even joking. I might be over exaggerating, but like I'll be nice. 20. I feel like he didn't play at all.
Higher.
It's higher.
Mm-hmm.
What was his stats this year?
Rounding up 25 points, 7 boards, 5 assists.
I really don't remember him playing this year at all. 35,
30. So this is Zion's career. So basing off the trend, next year he's going to play more than 50 games. Just how it goes. So in his rookie year, he only played 24. Second year, he played 61.
He was actually rookie year. I'll give him the pass. He was
injured.
Yeah, he was injured, and he was already heavy as it is. And the transition of working out in the NBA and stuff didn't happen yet. So fair enough. Cool.
Well, he's still big now.
Yeah.
2020 to 2021, he's played 61 games.
That was his best season.
Yep, he averaged 27 points, the most.
Mm-hmm.
And year after that, 29 games.
That was when that year was when we was like, what is going on? Like what? That was the year I believe that he came out with the corn star, and the whole thing happened.
I think so. And it says the next year after that, 70 games. That was the most he ever played in the season. And then after this year, put up 22.
No, but what did they do that year? The Pelicans. What year was that?
2023, 2024.
I don't think they made the playoffs, did they? I don't think they did. Because the only year that I think Zion's only made the playoffs once.
And this year he only played 30 games. So
it's a contract year though, isn't it?
No, I think he got extension.
He got extension already, right?
Yeah, he got an extension.
God, bro.
Yeah.
Why does he not care? How do you not care? Yo, you could be great.
Oh, speaking of which, the Pelicans are on the clock and the pick is in.
It's like the Zion Wilson has been traded with this pick and package.
Mikal Bridges.
And Mitch Robinson.
I would cry, dude.
Imagine Mikal and Mitch and 2 second rounders.
I think I would stop being a New York Knicks fan. If Zion went over there? For that trade, yeah, I would stop being a Knicks fan.
Come over to Brooklyn all the way, 100%, baby.
I tell them to stop doing that. And what are they doing?
Please. I'm begging you, trade Zion. I'm begging you, trade Zion. For my boy.
They trade Brooklyn Nets, Cam Thomas.
The Jazz just got Walter Clayton.
If I'm Waller Clayton Jr., I'm freaking kicking rocks right now. You're going to another guard-heavy team.
Walter Clayton and Ace Bailey.
Oh, Walter Payton, Ace Bailey, Isaiah Collier, Deontay George. That's 4 guards right there.
Wait, why'd they trade for a guard?
Jordan Clarkson. Wait, Colin Sexton. They have 6 guards on the team.
Who they trade for?
Jesus, they trade the other draft pick, the wing.
Get this chick off my freaking screen. The wing? What was his name? Willie?
Willie, yeah, he's from Illinois.
Like, brother, please. Oh, brother. Let me see. Let me know if you see him. Oh, Willie
Oh,
Riley.
he's a guard too. What?
What was the point then? What's the height difference?
Don't matter.
It's got to be. Oh, no, that's Nolan. Get Nolan out of here. Willie, 6'8". Jesus. Walter Clayton, 6'2".
It don't matter. They got guards. So
We'll put it
stupid.
straight.
Utah sucks, dude. Utah sucks. They got look at their depth chart, bro. They got at least 6+ guards on their team.
And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy?
You know what?
They're still not the worst team in the league.
Not even that.
It's the Wizards.
The crazy thing is they have young guards that have been showing up last year. Keontae George showed up. Isaiah Collier showed up. Collier.
They're gonna pull Tyrese Halliburton, De'Aaron Fox. They're gonna pull Sacramento Kings. They're gonna trade them all the way and then have no guard. You saw the Kings that came out and said we're searching for a guard. Yeah, you know how sad that is. They had 2 generational guards at their freaking fingertips, and they don't have nothing now.
The crazy thing is the Jazz were the worst team in the NBA. What are they going? What's going on? Why did I just do all these messages? Yeah, don't do that.
He said we go. Let me see.
Isaiah Collier, Colin Sexton, Lowry Marketing, John Collins, Walker Kessler, Keontae George, Jordan Clarkson, Ace Bailey.
Where's this guy fit in? Where does he play? He's not playing.
Nowhere.
He's not playing.
Oh, dude. Oh, my God.
What was the point of trading them?
Because they're stupid. All right, let's wrap up the show. We're about to go 2 hours over.
Well, that's all I have, too. So
there
we're
you
good.
go. Cam Thomas says, yeah, if the city wasn't a loft and worried about gun violence, they'd still be the Bullets. Shout out to the Washington. He said, if the city wasn't soft and worried about gun violence, they'd still be the Bullets. So Gilbert Arenas pulling a gun in a locker room was, as a member of the Bullets, would be so much cooler. That's so crazy that even Rowan.
He's actually absurd. Why is no one talking about that on the podcast?
Why is he? I don't know why people take this.
But
It's like when you talk about talent, I'm like, dude, what did you just do?
yo.
They don't talk.
Why does no one talk about that on this podcast?
I don't know. Listen, I agree.
Anytime you talk, you be disrespectful. I'm like, yo, why'd you bring a gun to the locker room?
Yeah, I really want to know.
What was that?
The
What's
thing
that
is,
about?
like, I agree with some of his points, though. Some of his points talking about ball, I agree with. But
Yeah, he's not bad.
I was telling him,
Yeah.
like, bro, what was going through your brain when you saw that? Were you
When
gonna
you
shoot
did
somebody? He's like, you want to find out? I'm like, no.
No. You get to the parking lot, yo. So you was talking a lot. No.
I'm like, what's in your pants?
Sir, what is in your pants? No,
Sir, I know my lawyers. He said, man, New Orleans ain't sneaking in nowhere. We're with the Zion on that roster, them floors be creaking like my grandpa's back. Yo, Cam, bro.
Cam is ruthless.
He said, welcome to the G League, my guy.
He's talking about Walter Clayton.
Yeah, so, yeah, there's a documentary on Netflix about it. I wouldn't put it past that.
Oh my! Oh, about him.
Yeah,
I want to watch it actually. Look at this guy.
bro.
I know these dudes.
Overall, dude, we're good. We're good with the episode. Quick little update, dude. What's going on in the FIFA Club World Cup right now? They're playing a game.
Monterrey, River Plate finished.
Damn, Monterrey. They got the last position in that.
Wait, can I see the other ones before you go?
Mhm.
I want to see the Dortmund and Fluminense tied. Okay.
And then you look at that. Now you look at that group. Inter won the group, and Monterrey got second place.
Wow.
That win. Wow.
Wait, they're playing right now though.
Yeah, but they're up 3-0.
Oh, womp. Missing
Now,
knockouts.
We're looking at knockouts. You're versus Dortmund versus Monterrey.
They already guaranteed it.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. The game's not even over. Dortmund versus Monterrey and Inter versus Fluminense.
Eric, I'm looking at this one. This group right here.
Oh, okay. It could be. Oh,
That's
okay.
the one. That's the one. So right now we're looking at either Dortmund.
Oh, we just traded for him. That's why. We just traded with OKC for Drake Powell.
Who texted you that?
Josiah.
Tell him.
Who's Drake Powell though?
Be like, is he in the NBA?
he said he's from UNC. He's good. Josiah's also a USC fan. So, wait, I saw Drake Powell get drafted. I mean, we did. Wait, yo, Walt, get out of here, bro. Oh my. Thank you. A little bit. That was a little unk.
That
That was unk behavior. I could have sworn we said. Oh,
a guard.
Oh my gosh.
3 guards in one draft.
oh my gosh.
3 freaking guards in one draft.
Oh my gosh. If they trade D'Angelo Russell,
They're gonna.
I have to get a jersey. I have to get
You
another
got
jersey.
one already.
I need another one. That one's fake. Oh my god, I'm gonna crash. That's the only reason I'm gonna go watch the Nets in the first place, man.
Why?
Oh, bro.
Why are you drafting 3 guards?
For what?
You're worse than the Utah Jazz. Jesus. Like, who can draft?
They're gonna trade Cam. Cam get traded.
The friggin' thing is, who can draft more guards? Utah or friggin' Brooklyn?
Cam go get traded, bro. Cam to
I don't care.
Cam to the Miami Heat.
It gets to the point. Like, wake me up when October is so I can see the lineups. Cam Thomas said FIFA World Cup, Club World Cup sounds like, so that would be like NBA Towel Boys playing a tournament. Yo, that's crazy.
That's absurd.
That's crazy. Cam, you hating. So Drake Powell, another dude who can wash my car and get me donuts before morning meetings.
He's an idiot, bro.
He said, if they think I'm a mentor, a guy named Drake, they must be out of their mind. Yo. Cam, what's wrong with Drake? Cam, what's going on?
Cam, I hate him, man.
100%. But real quick, I'm watching this one because Dortmund advances. They go into the quarterfinals, and you see a Dortmund versus Group 1 and Group H.
Dortmund versus Madrid. UCL final rematch would be dope.
Yeah, ready?
That'd probably be that. Joe versus Jude. That'd be dope. That's what you want there. That's what you want to see.
But then you see first in Group H, second in Group G. First in Group H, second in Group G.
Honestly, I would
Either Juventus or Man City.
I think you'd rather versus Man City right now.
Yeah.
Juventus is actually playing well.
Mhm. Yep. But either way,
Madrid doesn't finish first.
But either way, either one of those teams make it, they're going to advance. Either one of those teams, Real Madrid, if they advance, you're either going to see Real Madrid, Juventus, or Man City.
Well, I mean, they already did. Because the other teams have 0 points.
That's true. But it depends on who's going to get first or second.
Mm.
Damn, they both have +8 goal difference.
Imagine Madrid just don't make it through. They lose to Pachuca?
They verse Pachuca tomorrow?
I think so. Or is it Salzburg?
They verse Salzburg tomorrow.
There's a good chance they lose.
80%.
Everyone's going to pick Madrid.
Yeah, of course.
I guarantee the same thing for Al Hilal. Al Hilal. You know?
Yeah. Hello.
Al Hilal might go through, actually.
I'll take them.
What?
Wait.
So who would they play?
They play.
Oh, Juventus or City. Al Hilal beat Juventus round 16. That sounds nice. I like the sound of that. And then they go on. They verse Inter, lose. No, they beat Inter. Al Hilal.
Yeah.
Semifinal. And then they verse
Benfica. They lose.
Nah, Chelsea's gonna beat Benfica. No, Palmeiras.
Let's look at
Palmeiras.
Let's look at Chelsea.
Palmeiras versus Al Hilal. Palmeiras versus Al Hilal. Don't do
3-0.
that. You want to look at
3-1,
Benfica? Go ahead, look at
Look
Benfica.
at Benfica. Who do we beat?
Look at Benfica shows. Let's see.
Exactly, Benfica.
Oh, Bayern Munich. Ooh.
6-0 against
Lost to
the New York-
Sporting.
We-
Oh wait, no, that's not
Yeah,
even
that's not in the league.
They tied Boca Juniors.
Tied
Finished.
Boca Juniors. They beat
Finished.
them, and then they beat Bayern 1-0 recently.
No.
Yeah,
no.
brother.
And Chelsea, did they lose?
Yeah, they lost a few minutes.
Let's see.
I just showed you them.
Oh, they lost to
Yeah,
Flamengo.
Yeah. Exactly. Who's
I
gonna win
got
this
my-
one? Benfica.
I told you it doesn't. I told you it doesn't
Of course,
matter.
the public, but the public's dumb sometimes.
I think it's gonna be a Inter Miami versus Real Madrid and Flamengo. No, Palmeiras versus Al Hilal, and then it's gonna be Palmeiras versus Inter Miami in the final.
I wouldn't be shocked. Listen, you don't
It's
have,
actually rigged.
and you have
Messi,
now you're gonna see.
Messi Ballon d'Or.
That's what I say. Messi's gonna be up for Ballon d'Or after that one, probably.
He's on the
Friggin' rigged.
World Cup, and then the
Rigged.
best team in the world is going to be deemed
Into Miami.
Inter Miami, and the best
Eric,
ball in the
if you
world.
see that, bro. No, I'm being dead serious. What would be your reaction if you saw?
I'm
Ballon
cracking.
No, but we're cracking up. But if you see Messi in the top 5 for Ballon d'Or because he won the Club World Cup, what would you do?
I think
You'd be like, this award show is freaking stupid.
I don't know what to say because like
It'd be stupid.
it'd be really bad for my goat. Like, and it's not even his fault though. Like they're doing this to him.
Well, he could be like, yo, I'm not good enough to be playing up here. What's wrong with you
Yo,
guys?
No, but what if he wins and they rig it? Like, what is he supposed to do? Just
Why
be
do you
like-
want one trophy? Jesus. Oh my
He
god.
gets the award. He goes, "Yo, Dembele, come here, bro." He's like, "Here, take this, please."
That's what you should do, honestly. Honestly.
If Messi wins another Ballon d'Or. I think football.
You know, it was a joke when people said when he retires, when for backyard goals. But after him being top 10 best forward,
no, but we can't.
Freaking crazy.
We actually cannot consider ESPN a reliable source.
I know, but the thing is,
ESPN also hate Ronaldo.
They're not. That's true. They're not a reliable source. But the only problem is they're a big source.
Not for footy though,
but for people who don't know footy,
yeah,
they're putting wrong information out there, and that's
false
the thing. False information,
false advertisement.
Exactly.
It's because he's American. ESPN America, simple.
Dude, it's so stupid.
Or no, Messi's not American. Sorry, I meant like he plays in America. That's what I meant. Sorry,
but I don't know, dude. I don't know, but all I'm gonna say is that.
If it's like it's Lamine, Dembele, and then Messi sitting there, and Messi, they're like Lionel Messi. The Club World Cup is now all of a sudden the most prestigious award ever to win, and then Ronaldo wins it next year. Nothing.
Like, oh, Ronaldo, you're not in the top 10 because FIFA doesn't like you. Oh, dude.
No,
all I'm gonna say, bro.
I think at that point Messi should probably go up there and be like, "Yo, this needs to stop."
But he's not gonna.
I don't know.
He's freaking too quiet.
He's like this. He's a bystander.
They're like this. Give me the freaking trophy. They're like, say it.
And your 2025 Ballon d'Or winner is Lionel Messi. There you go. Like this. I think you do. I think you do. I think you do, right? Ready? Do it for me.
And the 2025 Ballon d'Or goes to close. Lionel Messi.
He said, "Give me the ball. Give me the ball." He's just gonna walk away. Simple, bro. Yo,
so
Messi,
stupid, dude. I really didn't believe people when they said that he was gonna win Ballon d'Or for backyard league, but now it's gonna be true.
No, if he actually went to Ballon d'Or, I think that's comedy. I think that's great comedy.
It's funny, but it's also sad because it shows you. Okay, the award means nothing.
Yeah, that would kill the award officially. That officially, at that point,
because it already has a bad rep.
Yeah,
towards the end.
At that point, I would stop. I would genuinely stop caring about the award. Like that'd be it for me if he was to win it. But I doubt it. But
imagine if Cristiano Ronaldo wins the World Cup. I can't wait next year. Cristiano Ronaldo, and he wins. Yeah. And he wins, and he scores a game-winning goal.
You know what you should do? What? You should go on loan. Go on loan to like. Or Bayern Munich. Go on loan Bayern Munich, win the double in Bayern Munich, win the World Cup. Ballon d'Or. Exactly. And then no one can say anything because he did the same thing Messi did.
They probably still wouldn't give it to him.
I mean, you would have to actually do something, though. You have to do something.
You wouldn't be in the top 20.
No, you had to.
They would be like, oh, sorry, Ronaldo.
Maybe Harry Kane or something.
But you're not my boy, Ronaldo. Messi, my boy.
Messi will score 2 goals in MLS.
Yeah. You'd be like, oh, my gosh. What a goal. Let's close this out. Cam Thomas got a problem with Drake. He said, what's wrong with Drake? How a dude who acted in a wheelchair badly, I might add, act gangster. You're Jewish and black, my guy, not gangster. Got a better change of me being a mentor to Drake Powell.
Cam.
Damn, Cam.
Cam, you are cooked. Cam, you are cooked.
We're finishing off the podcast with Cam Thomas.
Crashing out.
About to be fine. I'll say probably less games than John Morant, though.
No, it'd be
not
more.
As bad as flashing a gun.
No, it'd be more. Because
that's true.
In this society,
the NBA punishes people who do way less. People do more.
Yeah.
Just like the NFL.
If you speak your mind, you might be banned for half the season. Like, but if you're John Morant, you show guns, flash guns, and show violence.
In the NFL, if you talk bad about the officials, they fine you and you're out for a whole year. But if you beat up your girlfriend or wife, only 6 games.
Hey, society.
Now, who do you take it out on? Do you take it out on the officials? No, you take it out on the people at home. You gotta go out.
No, you
these games.
I mean, if you beat up an official, surely it's not that much.
Well, you'd be probably.
Oh wait, no. Actually, no. Yeah. It would be. Hey man, just go speed. Simple. 5 games. Five.
Not for Henry Ruggs.
No, he got arrested though. There's a difference.
For speeding and he killed somebody.
Yeah, if you just get caught speeding, get a ticket. 2 games.
Oh, Tyreek Hill, he got caught speeding. He didn't. He played the next game.
Shador just got there. He's already speeding.
Shador got 2 tickets already.
Shador was talking to Henry Ruggs.
Freaking, and you're like, why did they drop me earlier, brother? The reason why is because you have freaking attitude problems.
Oh my gosh.
Damn. But let's close out the show, dude. We're already over 2 hours. We appreciate every single one of you guys that's tuned into today's episode.
Woo!
Today was a little bit of a change up. All NBA talk. NBA draft is on, so we gotta talk about that. But without further ado, guys, we love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't done already, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Share the show with everyone that you know. We love you guys. We appreciate every one of you guys. You guys are the best. And as always, enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll be back on Monday. It's been your boy David.
And it's been your boy Eric.
We are out, guys. We appreciate you. We love you, and we're out. Peace.
Peace. This one will smack the camera.